And we're once again live for like the 7th time. My PC is shitting itself. Unfortunately. Okay. Let's see.
So
Gordon's
far,
first band, we have a... What is this? HR2 band. Okay. And then Cassie has been HD2 and DT1. And next, Gordon, second band? DT3. Interesting. It's like nobody really wants to play anything fast or anything reading. They did leave open the speed stream pick though. It'd be quite interesting.
Gordon's first picking.
Oh boy.
I'm feeling a strong no mod 1 coming through.
For real. Oh, okay, maybe I won't alt tab. I'm just gonna click. I'll just click things instead. That's probably what's happening. It's probably crashing because I'm just alt tabbing way too fast. Ooh. Okay. Whoa! Going out here with the no mod 5 pick first. Interesting.
Really interesting.
Okay.
Considering that was a ban in his last match.
See if Gordon has the fingers to stream abuse Cassie here.
I believe. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black?
Let's go.
I am indeed mad right now. Motherfucker, bro.
Alright, 1 second. I will be right back.
He has a 97% chance of rolling over 100%. 100 points.
Alright, boys, we're now live.
97 micrometers.
Alright, players. We'll be ready whenever. Sorry for the delay there. Oh, actually, 1 moment again.
Okay, we are starting No Mod 5. Cassie versus Gordon, map 1. Okay, so far both players are holding. Oh. Gordon with a break. Cassie still holding. We had 200 combo. Hits the square. Cassie has a significant act lead right now. 93 to 81. Cassie still FCing. Gordon with another combo break. Gordon with another combo break. Cassie still holding. Cassie with the combo break. No! He's still holding 90% act though. To Gordon to 80. Cassie with another combo break. Gordon's holding. He has 100 combo break.
Boy, we are looking at two DBFA players that don't really play the game. Cassie managing to kind of stay afloat here. He is breaking quite a bit. But it looks like they're both just uncomfortable with the map in general.
Both players are struggling to find the rhythm.
Oh man.
Cassie's 87 accuracy to Gordon's 79.
Yeah.
He has a 100k point lead almost.
9? Oh. It looks like Cassie's pretty comfortable with the aim though. This seems to be like a mistap issue. It's somewhat a similar case with Gordon. It's not as high of a level, I'd say. His tapping is okay, and his aim is pretty much following for the most part. It actually looks really clean for mouse. Actually, I believe Gordon is the only mouse player at this tournament.
That wraps up no mod 5. Cassie wins with 120k act lead.
Oh,
the score lead.
Let me get the first break point here. Oh man. I'm not even sure what Gordon can do here. Like the seed diff is just too big. The rank diff is too big. Cassie being at around 20k I believe, and Gordon being about 200k. This is pretty crazy. Gordon is putting up a very good fight though here.
Oh my 3 pick.
Oh man.
Emo Western music?
Let's see here. Quite interesting. Got the alt pick in here. Definitely feel Cassie's got this. He is very great like tapping for like the lower BPMs like this. So like ulting on it would be fine. As I say lower BPM, I do read it just says 296 BPM. That is wild.
This map is really hard to single tap, and Gordon is a single tapper, so this map will definitely be in Cassie's favor.
100%. Alright, good luck to the boys in there.
Cassie versus Gordon. No mod 3. Pick 2.
Let's go. Oh, kettle, there's one. It's like, you know where that pool table is? It's on that, like, there's like a countertop. Like, behind, like, where the phone is. It's like just this, like, sitting on the thing.
Gordon.
Dude, Gordon is popping off, dude. They're very even. Surprisingly. Oh. Oh man.
Wait, Cassie's playing with his pin.
What?
No, he's clicking with his pin.
Wait. Cassie is literally playing Tap X. What? Holy. Wait, he hasn't tapped. He's only tapped with his pen. He hasn't even tapped with his keyboard. Oh, yeah. You don't mind the mess a bit? Sorry, someone popped in there. Yo, my boy Frostcase popping in the commentator room. Let's go. Oh wow, we're about 1K pointers, a little under. It is very, very close. Oh, we're reaching about like 700. Oh.
Cassie with the accurate though is almost 5% accurate.
Wow, this is so nerve-wracking, honestly. We figured out what the playstyle was. This is quite interesting. Oh, Gordon might have been able to outspin him there, spin to win, but unfortunately,
300-point lead. That is so close.
Yeah, it's 306 point lead. That is very, very close. I literally could have been 1-1 extra, just spin. Holy. That was quite insane. Frostcage out here with the insane reffing skills. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Oh. Boom.
Isaac's now up 2-0. It's Gordon's pick. Let's see what's
Oh
on
man.
He picks no mod 6. Isaac's getting goblin.
He's getting goblin on. Oh shoot.
Oh shoot.
Gordon's
Goblin.
actually been reading easy recently. Ever since he joined one of the Core 6-2 teams, he literally just learned easy after not being able to play it. He'd get like 10k score on it. A couple days later, he came back. He said, "I got this." Pumping out 300, 400k scores on easy, bro. It is crazy. This actually could be a Gordon pick, like unironically.
Japanese goblin.
Let's see what's going on here. What is Gordon cooking, huh? What's up, please? Holy. How would you feel you'd score on this, Mr. Vortexo?
It really just depends. At home, I could get about 150, 200K.
Okay.
Here,
Alright.
like 30K. I'm terrible at LAN, bro. I got nerfed. I was already
Yeah.
bad at the pool, bro. I got nerfed on
Okay.
LAN.
I think it's just the nature of LAN, honestly. Even though this is my own place and somewhat similar setups, like it just feels way different. It is wild. Like I have my keypad and my tablet, and it still feels funny. But we'll see. I feel like Cassie is pretty good at adapting to a different setup though. Surprisingly. I mean, we saw his match with Hot Bread, and he was actually performing very, very well for having like I think he had about like 300 play count the previous month or 200. It's pretty insane.
Of course. And he's on a brand new area, so
Yeah, he's on an area that is just completely different. Maybe we try to match it close enough to his, but oh wait, I just realized, where is Gordon? Did he leave the match? Keep on the map though. Six-star map. CS 5.5. AR8. It's pretty chillin'. Oh, we have Gordon back. Let's go. Good luck, players.
okay. No mod 6, pick 3. Gordon versus Cassie. Cassie's up 2-0. Gordon needs to look to score on this one, man. Let's get it. Cassie is still tapping with the pen, by the way.
This is gonna be crazy. We're also actually single tapping every single thing, including the burst. Oh, never mind. Maybe it was just a misread earlier. Oh. Oh, surprisingly, it's quite even here. And Cassie actually cursor dancing here while playing tap only. This is so insane to watch.
Oh, almost equal ag now. Scores are close. Almost within 1,000.
This bike really hurting this random playstyle that Cassie decided to pick up during the match. Now into Gordon's favor here. Oh man, Gordon hold on to this combo and accuracy. Keep pushing forward, bro.
Gordon got almost a 4,000 point lead.
Oh.
Halfway.
Another homer. Okay,
homer.
okay.
Oh, the homer buff.
Ooh, the homer buff. Oh.
And Gordon's hitting. He's comboing. Oh, 50 combo. Ah, combo.
Holy. Having some reading issues here on the reading map. Okay.
Gordon is somewhat holding a 5,000 maybe? Oh, it's 7,000 now. We just climbing almost at 10,000 plate.
Oh wow.
Gordon
like-
with a 4% act lead.
Yeah, it looks like Gordon actually will run away with this. Somewhat what I predicted before. I actually seen his efforts pay off from learning easy. It could also be that Cassie just decided to pick up a new playstyle, but who knows? Holy. What a Chad with
How is
130
Cassie gonna do this coming
combo.
up part, bro?
Oh my
He
gosh.
can't tap this.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Basically has to jitter click those triples. I wonder if anybody can hit those wiggles doing tap only on tablet.
They're coming up on the end. Looks like Gordon's gonna secure this no mod sick gimmick Japanese goblin pick.
Get
Oh, he
goblin.
got goblins.
Let's go. Oh, wow. Actually, what a good score. 60k for Gordon.
Gordon wins by 23,000 points.
That's actually
Almost a
pretty
5%
crazy.
at lead. Oof.
insanity.
Gordon takes his first point of the match. His first point of the tournament, actually.
Did you really 5-0 Gordon? Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna lie, I forgot. I'm sorry.
First
Poor
point in
Gordon.
the tournament.
First point. Let's go. And it happened to just be the goblin map. Get fucking goblin,
Gordon
bro.
is a goblin man.
This guy. Oh, and Cassie out here with the no mod 1 pick.
Which
This is
again
classy.
is in Gordon's favor. That's his skill set.
Yeah,
Consistency.
Gordon loves jumps, and there happens to be a decent amount of streams in this.
I fell off the back, but it was like, oh.
Let's go. We're gaming. I think if Cassie sticks with this tap only playstyle, Gordon will definitely have a pretty good chance here. Oh man.
Map might be the best map in the pool.
One of the best bangers in this pool, honestly. Despite me not liking no mod ones.
Same.
We'll see how this goes. Oh,
Pick 4. Gordon
he's
versus Cassie.
spinning in
No
star
mod
shapes.
1.
Oh, oh my gosh! Cassie cursor dancing. Is he gonna cursor dance the whole map? Holy! Oh man! Oh my gosh, he's whipping out of every single slider and dancing around the single tabs. Oh my gosh! He's kind of insane! Say what? Yeah, okay, sweet. Thank you. This is pretty nuts though. Holy, oh my gosh.
Cassie.
Gordon himself, oh
40
no!
combo while cursor dancing.
I was
He's hitting the
really-
jumps.
Oh my gosh, he's going insane!
Gordon's with 60 combo.
Oh wow.
They both combo reset about equal. Gordon has a 4% act lead, 25k lead. Will Cassie be able to come
Holy.
back while cursor dancing?
Look at that.
Hits the
Cursor
jumps.
dance, wiggle aim. Oh man.
They both have 100 combo. Looking to Keep going. Gordon's holding. Cassie broke. Act almost similar. Gordon holding the 270 combo, about to hit 300, hitting the jumps.
Oh my god!
Gordon hits. Oh, he broke.
That is crazy. Cassie's still cursor dancing, actually managing to hold a somewhat decent combo here. Oh,
Keeping himself in the game here. He's only down by 20,000.
and then they both hit the stream. That's all that's important in this map. Just hit that one diff stream.
Cassie goes back to cursor dancing. Gordon's holding 150 combo currently. Looking to keep going. Gordon at 200.
Oh no. Oh
Both
wow,
players
they
hit the streams.
holy.
Well, they hit the disc spike though.
Oh my gosh.
Gordon's still hitting it.
Oh, he's shaking so much, Gordon. Oh my gosh.
And there's not enough map for Cassie to come back. Gordon's gonna take Nomad 1. He's still comboing. He's holding the combo. He's at 200.
Holy.
Will he hit the jumps?
Oh.
And he combo breaks. But that's okay because he takes his map. He won by 30K. He ties it up. 2-2.
Wild.
This is gonna be a good match between these two DBFA fiends.
Honestly, so real. 2-1. Wait, did I? Oop, my bad. I didn't put in the point for me. I didn't realize it. Actually, no. I think that is 2-2. Whoops.
W.
Wow. I kind of want to go back though and look at that. Oh.
It's gone.
I wanted to look at the active. It was pretty crazy.
Sorry.
It's okay. my poor audience that is there or not there, we're not too sure. If it's still is. But Gordon out here with the HR1 pick.
A bunch of samples played consecutively.
Oh man. I actually really like this map. This map is so fun to play, despite my aim being really bad. There's just a lot of like kind of flowy parts.
Real. Looks like we're gonna be getting straight into this. Gordon, Cassie, pick 5. HR1. This is Gordon's pick. Oh no, this is Cassie's pick. Wait.
No, this is Gordon's pick.
Oh, this is Gordon's pick. Yes, this is Gordon's pick.
Let's see what new playstyle Cassie might bring up to the table here.
Looks like Cassie's gonna be playing normal.
Let's see. Oh,
Cassie has a 1,000 point lead right now. Almost a 4% accurate.
oh wow. Yeah, what a big athlete here. It's like neither of them can really find a combo. I don't really believe either of them are HR players, actually, specifically. Gordon Wright's too good pointing at Cassie.
And Cassie's accurate is only going up.
Wow.
Cassie's almost a 16% accurate right now.
It's actually pretty impressive for Gordon aiming all this on mouse when he's not an HR player either.
We're about 2/4 through, through 2/3 through this map, and it's already looking like this is out of reach for Gordon. Cassie has a 50,000 point lead.
Yeah, I think Cassie will literally just have to stop playing in order for Gordon to catch up here.
And I still don't think there's enough time.
Help, as Gordon writes.
Like Gordon's having problems reading this. This
tell what character he
is
just triggered.
AR 10 point. Is
AR
this,
10.
this is just AR 10?
HR. Doesn't get any higher than 10.
I mean,
I'll take on DT, I guess.
yeah.
I don't think any of our maps are above AR 10 on this pool. Poor Gordon getting skill cap abused. Unfortunately, he also picked this. This is also a.
Okay, Cassie's gonna take this one by a landslide.
wow.
This is, what was that? 90,000? 90,000 point lead for Cassie?
Just about, yeah. He's about 4 times his score.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Cassie's gonna go up 3-2 in this series.
That is nuts.
And it's gonna be his pick as well. So I mean, he can pick something that could really benefit him here.
Who knows? Maybe I troll pick again and play some weird playstyle.
Exactly.
Just knowing Cassie. I'm surprised they banned DT1 though. I believe it was Cassie's band. Maybe he just didn't want to listen to Lil Nas X, bro.
I don't blame him.
Shoot. Oh, maybe
They
someone will
banned
pick
the
a
burger,
Psyche
bro.
map next.
No, my 2 pick.
Can I say you're picking streams? That's actually, I believe, would be his weakest skill set. If he were to pick one. That is quite interesting here. Gordon actually might have a chance
be able
here.
to play this map.
Yeah.
His
I don't know
streaming
if he-
capabilities aren't far gone. No, it's playable.
Yeah. I don't know if he quite has the stamina for this, but he might be able to aim it for the most part. But then again, we're also playing on LAN, so all the setups probably feel very awkward to some of the players,
True.
if not all of them. Alright. Good luck, players.
Pick 6. Cassie Gordon. 3-2.
Oh,
No much.
wow. Cassie severely overstreaming. Gordon is still trying to figure out what the BPM is, looks like.
Like Cassie's found the BPM. His accuracy is going back up. He's at 89. About to touch 90.
Oh my. Oh. I'm flickering his aim out here a little bit. Uh-oh.
Cassie breaks. Cassie 89 back. Gordon 72. 100k to 30. This is looking like it's gonna go Cassie's way so far.
Yeah, they're rotating this section pretty well with the velocity changes. Wow. Okay, now we have a little more flowy velocity changes rather than like static
Gordon's
velocity
still
changes.
holding a combo. Cassie is broke. 200.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That's quite intense. Wait, that was the first like actually like very difficult spike. Oh. A little bit of misread on Gordon's side. Alright. We're about to head into the deep end here. Flutter the Bumblebee. Activate your infinite stamina now. Oh no. And I'm gonna watch. Wow. This is... Oh man.
Gordon is running
They're
out of
actually...
stamina.
They're pushing through this pretty well. Despite them dropping notes, they're still trying to tap through it. Oh man. Wow.
Cassie takes this one by a landslide. It is 4-2. Cassie takes that one.
Oh shoot. Actually with very similar miscounts.
Just the act lead. The accuracy is what really killed Gordon on this map.
He really did actually try to put up a fight here. It was just unfortunate.
Match point, Cassie. It's Gordon's pick. See what he pulls out.
Let's see if he can pull another one out here. We have Nomad 4, HD1, HD3, HR3, and DT2. Wow, it's really hard. It's really tough to decide what map Gordon would actually want to pick. I know for sure Gordon does not like tech. He doesn't particularly dislike reading hidden, but he doesn't really play hidden.
And HR definitely is not his strong suit.
Yeah, for sure. Which only kind of leaves DT2, but DT2 is like so very speedy for him on the burst side. Unless he could just spam and double tap.
His best pick would probably be HD1 here.
Ooh, maybe. It'd be pretty awkward to try to hold ACK with the slider ends and whatnot in HD1. But I mean, probably have a somewhat of a chance. Poor guy. Cassie's just such an all-arounder that all these picks actually don't look too bad for him. Besides about maybe like HR3, DT2.
Gordon's struggling, thinking about what to pick here. And he picks
picked
HD1.
Wow. That's crazy. Good foresight there, Vortexo. That's nuts.
He was my teammate in Core 6, so I don't have an idea what he likes to play.
Shoot.
Okay, well, we're going to be getting into this. This is match point Cassie, 4-2. This is pick 7, HD1, Gordon's pick. Let's see what he does.
It's gonna determine who's the better DBFA player between the two.
No Kaioken.
No Kaioken, unfortunate. I gotta throw them both to Sensu Bean real quick.
Yeah, throw them both for Sensu Bean. No death beat combos. Both players hit the beginning part.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Cassie combo breaks. Gordon breaks.
Wow.
Cassie has a 6% act lead.
Oh.
Cassie combo breaks again. Gordon's holding. He has 100 combo.
Oh
Gordon
no.
breaks as well.
Oh.
Oh.
Intro moment. Panic. Panic button. Oh no. What is going on here?
Oh,
Okay,
we're back.
and we're back. Let's
Cassie's
go.
holding a 200 combo.
Holy, what did we miss here?
92 act. Oh, Cassie
no.
breaks. But he has a 70,000 point lead? 80?
Just about. Holy. We're already halfway in the
Oh,
map.
no, he didn't combo break. That was Bancho.
Oh, what? He's still holding combo.
You're crazy.
Okay, alright. Oh. And then he broke. Yeah, okay, I think he actually broke this time. Totally missed that. Wow.
This is looking like it's GG's to Gordon.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough map, For him to really come back unless Gordon just FCs the rest of it.
'92 act to 80 act. Man.
Oh man. Yeah, the act and combo diff just way too high. He just
didn't help.
there's not really much Gordon can do here anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wait, what? Gordon's client?
And there goes the match, man. 291k to 85,000. Point goes to Cassie. Cassie advances to play big boy in the next round.
Wow. The homo. Homie. Welcome, Winter Star Child. Yeah. Yeah. Just have Cassie progress. Let's go on the bracket editor real quick. So next we have I guess either Big Boy versus Cassie or Homie versus Vortexo here. Oh no, they're definitely okay, bro. Don't worry. This is all this is scuff this shit, bro. Let's take a look at the ref sheet really quick, actually. Who is next? Oh, yeah, yeah. You're right. Let's go. Alright. About to exit the tournament client real quick, so my thing is bugged. Okay, we're good, we're good. I was making sure my PC didn't crash.
Guess who's back? That is right. I am back on commentary. And we got our next match, Vortexo versus the Homie.
And I'm here. I haven't commentated yet. I've been on perma rep duty because no one else wants to do it.
We got Hot Bread with his first commentary of the tournament. This is gonna be interesting. This match is going to be very interesting, mostly because both of these guys have very similar skill sets. The part where the screw is and the logo, that's where wait, is it? Let me see it. Does it change? The fuck does that change? That's what we want talking to.
Hey, here.
Yep.
Jaden had the idea of like, we're still gonna keep the big space in the middle open on the what's it called? A belt? Yeah, belt. And just we're gonna write the winner's name in gold with everybody else's name. So.
Yeah, that's what the plan is. New idea.
And it was your idea.
That's exactly what I'd planned.
And they can hear it.
Yeah, we're talking shit.
I'm evil. I used to be evil bread.
Evil
You may think
bread.
that I've changed, but I've not.
He is not. He is still evil. He is still very much evil.
I'm actually pretty excited for this match. Both of these players have pretty similar skill sets, except that I imagine Homie's aim is a little bit better overall. It's going to be quite an upset if Vortex is able to get this match overall, but it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun match. We're going to see probably similar bands from both of them, and
Yeah, we're just going to get to see them on their specialties.
Yeah.
They're going to want to ban their own stuff.
they're both probably going to be picking the same thing. At least looking to pick the same thing.
I'm excited to see Nomad 2 into Nomad 5 into everyone running out of picks.
I'm expecting a Nomad 6 opener, honestly.
It depends who's first pick ultimately.
That is true. Homie might not Nomad 6 open, but
Homie
Vortexo.
certainly wins both reading picks, but I imagine
That is true.
at least hidden to his band. Nomad
Yeah.
6 is probably open because it's so tilting of the song that it just has to stay open at this point. But,
Yeah, Vortexo picked Nomad 6 into me as the first pick, so I assume similar thing is going to happen this match
I think
if he
both
gets
of these
first pick.
players will in fact lunge at the opportunity to first pick Nomad 6.
That is true.
I regret pulling Nomad 6 so hard.
Seeing
I
how
didn't
many
expect
times it's
it
getting
to be
picked.
Every map. It's like 4 minutes long. It's the same patterns the whole time. I was like, okay, no one's gonna pick the reading map.
No one's gonna
Miss
pick
it
the
twice,
Nomad
it's gonna
6.
be nice and fresh. And then everyone just had to pick Nomad 6 every match. Every match.
Every match has had Nomad 6 picked, I'm pretty sure. That is hilarious.
And I'm not banning it. Hey,
I'm not either. I don't ban that shit. That shit's fucking...
you hit the wiggles.
I do hit the wiggles.
I'm being threatened in the stream room.
He's being threatened with a knife in the stream room. I want to try and puncture something with it. Just with the force of it coming out of the thing. But it's hard. It doesn't have quite enough to puncture anything. It kind of punctured this a little bit. Like, there's a part that's like somewhat open, but not really. Anyway, we got a hell of a match on our hands coming up.
You know, despite 4 PC crashes and all of the technical difficulties, this has actually been a pretty good experience overall.
Yeah, if we look at
Not been
Vortex,
pretty technological.
if we look at Vortexo's seeding, average rank is about 0. His seed is 8, and last year he apparently won the tournament, according to the seeding. So this is gonna be an interesting match. Homie going up against apparently the former champion.
Look at Homie's stats real quick.
I don't know if it'll let me in seeding. Oh yeah, show second team. So Homie apparently Homie also won, and is seeded 5th with an also 0 average rank. So this is gonna be a barn burner of a match. And there is no PLT. Let's go. They are still getting set up. So what do we do until then? I don't want to just mindlessly banter about Homie and Vortexo for 5 minutes.
Real quick, I would like to thank the ref team other than me on this tournament.
Yeah, shout out
Big
to...
Boy for repping this match so I can actually get in the commentary booth rather than being
Yeah.
perma ref.
And shout out to, I believe, Frost for reffing the game before.
Yep,
And Quasi for everything else. Every other match. Thank you. Every other match was reffed by Quasi. That's really Quasi.
Also, Equivocator and I did pool like the beginnings of this pool, but 80% of those pools that you're gonna see in this tournament were all.
Yeah, the only thing that stayed from my initial draft of the pool was the Nomad 5 and Hidden 2. I had more of an input on the finals pool though. Surprisingly.
Pool is disgusting.
That pool is gross. No MP link yet. It's my thoughts on that. No MP link.
Seems the players are still warming up a little bit, but after they get their settings put in, we're gonna have an in-match warm-up, so you have a little bit of something to be doing.
Yeah.
Let's look at the bracket while we're waiting.
That is true. Let's look to see what's going on.
So right after this, we're gonna have Big Boy versus Casey. Winners of that. Who goes where? I'm actually not sure. I'm pretty sure the winner of Frost versus I plays against the winner of this match, and the winner of Equivocator Quasi, or loser of Equivocator Quasi, actually plays Big Boy versus Casey. Who's favored in the Big Boy Casey match? That's probably quite a toss-up.
It is quite a toss-up, honestly.
Pretty
Let's look at the seeding for that one real quick.
It's 6 to 7. They both ended number 1 last
year. That is 6 to 7.
Yeah,
four different people in this tournament got first place last year.
Yeah,
that's really crazy.
I think that makes it quite a challenge.
Thank you. We have got the MP link, thank God. Alright. Why did he message me that? Why did he message me that?
Anyway, the MP link is finally open, so we're going to be getting into warm-up soon. We have Quaver.
We have Quaver.
We have Quaver.
We have Quaver.
If I don't see a double easy pick on this,
This is the 2-star. This is the 2-star.
This is the 2-star?
This is the 2-star Quaver that is selected at the moment.
Everyone's favorite mapper.
Aya's
Everyone
advanced.
knows that person. Sorry, let's talk to
I don't.
Honestly, shout out to people who map lower star difficulty.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who just enjoy mapping lower star rating, but it's very, very important for the community as a whole. And I don't. People do neglect the lower SR stuff.
That is true. So much to the point where people have literally developed AIs to make fully rankable lower star diffs. Yeah.
That's insane.
You can. They're very, very simple to make.
Well, yeah.
You just need the objects to be like consistently spaced. There's very little to it.
The one thing that's tragic about this game is that lower SR quite often. What are you doing?
Ignore me. Go on your tangent. What are you saying? That knife was way sharper than I expected. It really cut through that label. Holy shit. Alright.
What was I saying? That was so bewildering. Okay.
Yeah, the label. Yeah, I wonder how it cut through. Immediately tears the label in half with my own hands. Okay, continue.
Honestly,
We were
it's
talking
kind
about
of a
low star
tragedy
maps.
That low SR maps quite often don't play.
Need to swap the chat, do we? I mean, we're in the chat.
How do you swap the chat? Do you just have to MP?
This is not the old chat.
No, it is MP.
It's up, right? On me Vortexo.
The chat.
The chat you see right
I
there
don't know
is
how
still
to-
processed.
Oh, what the freaking heck?
Just completely close out of it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this chat sorted out for everyone. Everything else seems to be about ready, so we should be able to go along with the warm-ups while we figure all this out. I was saying though, a lot of low SR stuff on OSIS doesn't quite rhythmically match with the song. It just kind of matches to the BPM and doesn't necessarily hit any impactful notes, if that makes any sense, just because they want to like really introduce the fundamentals of the game.
I would say they
Unfortunately,
just
a lot
hit the
of
most impactful. They hit the most impactful notes. They don't worry about anything minor.
people- Yeah. It used to be a lot worse in that regard, but
True, so true. Panic?
Yeah. It'll be funny. This crashed my PC again.
That'd be really funny. That'd be the best bit of the tournament if
Yeah,
your
it's
PC
even
just
just-
crashed. Homie, this guy spins.
I thought that was opera. Let's
there we
go.
go. Okay.
We're so
now
good
it
at
seems
tournamenting.
to be ready.
We're so good at tournamenting. Let us out of this, please.
Okay.
Hard drive, yeah. I'm just grabbing shit. I need some. This is I've mostly been playing with this just because I need something to fidget with, and you have a microphone to hold.
This
so.
has been the most destructive commentary group. Just because both of us are in the most ADHD. So neither of us allows the other to get back on track when we start doing stupid shit.
That is
So get
absolutely
ready for this
the
for
most
next
true.
hour.
Yep. Oh, we're getting a Garyu Tensei.
Okay.
A 7.5 star 200 BPM stream map. If I am remembering this map correctly, this map is
4WC
fucking absurd.
Try out no mod 2. Like,
Is
this
that-
is insane.
Oh, nope, we got
Thank God.
we have
Thank
gate
God.
openers 220
I'm
BPM.
somehow thankful. that this
You're
is all
somehow
good.
thankful.
That last map is like not playable. Like, you have to be like a robot.
You
for
have
that.
to
I
be
don't-
a robot.
I think Homie could maybe have the stamina for that.
Oh, yeah,
barely,
homie's a robot.
but
Homie's definitely a
he cannot
robot.
aim that map. It is like all space streams with no reprieve for like
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Yeah, homie's more of a cyborg. He's got like one robotic arm.
Yeah, only the left is
Yeah.
robotic.
Yeah.
His right seems very human.
His
If you've
right
ever
is very
seen Homie
human.
play No Mod 1, you can
Yeah.
confirm that.
His right arm is very human. His left arm is not. We got to get him checked. Anyway, this map is gonna be interesting. 220 BPM, stamina streams. DJ Shrapnel, kind of a An OG artist. honestly a great artist in terms of rhythm game music. I will say.
Who picked this warm up, by the way? It was the homie. Okay, that makes so much sense.
It will. Yeah, that is. This is actually no. This could have been either pick. Honestly, either of them would have put this on.
That's actually.
And homie is playing with Hard Rock. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I've heard from down the grapevine. I have heard rumors that homie is quite a cracked HR player.
He is a cracked HR player, but this is Well, this is 7.3. No mod. Oh well, he's just not playing anymore.
Did he leave the lobby, or is that just a Bancho error?
Bancho error because it still shows the name. They may have to abort.
Protects us, that was playing.
Speaking of abort, do y'all know the song Caverns by Thank You Scientist?
Here on stream.
Panic! Fuck! Panic! Okay, I think there was an MP abort there. Have you? Speaking of abort, Caverns by Thank You Scientist, a song that only recently.
Stop. Anyway, let's see if we're gonna play that again. If it was just like a mod error or something, or if we're just gonna pick another map so we don't have to sit through that again.
Yeah, let's see if Homie decides to fucking.
Homie's leave key was set to one of his tapping keys.
That is hilarious.
It in fact was not a Bancho.
That is.
He did just immediately leave the lobby.
That is
that
is really fucking funny. He starts tapping on his escape key. That is comedy right there.
I have escape map to one of the 3 buttons on my keypad, so if my fingers are ever on the wrong buttons, I just immediately leave them all too. It's never caused me a problem. I've never accidentally paused, but it's going to happen at some point. I'm not excited about it.
Adding very important messages to the chat.
For the uninitiated, the homie plays on a keypad, so it's actually, he had to unplug his keyboard in order to, on his original setup, he'd have to unplug his keyboard in order to type, so he'll just instead type on his keypad, and because he doesn't have letters, he'll just type 5.
Just type 5. And Homie still playing with Hard Rock.
He is struggling a little bit on this. I mean, the
They're
aim on this
both
is ridiculous
struggling.
with Hard Rock, and it's OD10. I can't really blame anyone for struggling on this map.
Or Texo needing to take a break.
This is much aimier than anything I'd ever imagined Homie would have downloaded on his PC. Pretty impressed with this one.
This is the most aim-intensive map Homie probably has on his computer.
This is only about 70% streams, which is pretty low. I'm ready for the inevitable death stream on this map. At any moment, they could just... It's a graveyarded map. At any point, I feel like saying whatever they... mapping whatever they want, really. Yeah, here it is.
Yep,
We're just
here
mapping to
is...
the drum and bass beat. Non-stop. This is what I expected from Homie. He does not disappoint with the maps that look like this.
Yeah, this is the Homie map.
God, the aim is ridiculous on this. The Texo is pretty much given up. Okay, he's back. Need a little bit of a reading break. The density on this is so ridiculous, even with the Air 10, honestly.
I feel like reading this with the density on AR10, reading this or AR11 would probably be doable for most, because it's so dense. I don't know.
think that's really the problem most people have with AR11. I just like straight up can't react to AR11. What is happening in the song?
I don't know.
Looks like a fairly one-sided warm-up if you can call 62 to 46x that exactly.
Honestly, someone might have just tapped out and that was just Big Boy's air sounds. That is a joke only for the fellow meetup attendees.
Okay, he's off the chain right now.
It was 100% not that, because if it was, we would get banned. Let's go, Big Boy. Shout out Big Boy for reffing, though.
He's done. I don't blame him.
Vortexo.
I certainly could not play those.
Vortexo with, what is that?
Says I can't stream.
Is that size 72 font? It's fucking massive. Couldn't even fit it on screen. Hello? So that was a warm-up. We're now moving on to probably a second warm-up.
I'm excited. Let's hope it's a little bit of a step down from that. At least maybe like take the hard rock off, perhaps.
Take the hard rock off.
Might be a
Not
little
have it be 7.3 stars no mod. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Let's see if
You are actually trolling. Someone get these guys off of the setups. Forfeit the match. They're both out.
Is this top diff?
Yes, this
Oh
is
my
top
God.
diff.
Alright, place your bets. What's the longest chain miss going to be on
It's
this
the
map?
longest chain miss.
I'm going 50 notes. I think they can probably hit a note or two.
Everyone in chat, put in your guesses for what the final miscounts for each person will be.
How long is this map? Note-wise, it's 3 minutes.
It's 3 minutes. Anything, I would
like
say anything
1400
under 100 is gonna be wrong.
Yeah, that is.
That's my guess.
I'm going like 200 something. Probably more than that, honestly. Let's
Yeah.
go 350. You're gonna bet. No, most of this map is pretty easy.
Most of it. Yeah, but the
Comparatively.
hard parts are really, really fucking
I'm just
hard.
gonna assume we
and
miss
long.
all of the hard parts, and it's like a 150 miss.
Yeah. 150 easy. Okay, homie.
Homie would be the single most tilting human to play against on Earth if you could see your opponent's smoke patterns while they're playing. No matter whether he's winning or losing, he will just like type F. Or put F and smoke on the screen. It is agonizing when you're losing against Homie and he types F because he feels like he's actually doing horrible.
Yeah. Homie was... Back in the day, I would not want to play split screen COD with Homie. I would hate to screen peek and he just starts like looking at the ground in defeat after getting like 120 fucking spawn camp kills on me on Nuketown, and I finally kill him.
My aim is so bad, man. He just like...
It's like mine is
just spawn
so
kills
bad.
you 30 times in a row. Alright, we have the first diff
Here
spike.
we go,
Let's
first
see
diff
how
spike.
well we do.
None of them are hitting it.
Homie's
Here we
literally
go.
just spinning right now.
This guy spins.
Which, honestly, same. Like, this isn't hittable. This guy really does spin.
Alright. Best AC is 50%. The best player in the match has hit half of the notes.
I was a little undershooting when I said 140 miscount.
A little undershooting.
I didn't realize the non-diff spikes on this diff were actually as hard as they are. This isn't crazy or anything, but it's pretty rough.
Yeah. It's 7-star Dallas mapping. That in and of itself, as a sentence, is already
Yeah, that is.
indicative of a rough
that.
time.
How many hit all of that section?
Holy fucking
There's some
shit.
awkward aim in there. Okay, here
Awkward's
we
an
go.
understatement.
We're almost. It's almost time for the true unhittable section.
Yeah.
Is it this diff that Akoro just has as his top play now? It's so absurd.
Here it is. He just stops playing. Yup.
He's just wiggling.
Yup. He's
That's
wiggling.
all he has left.
I think Big Boy single taps this, though. I think Big Boy single taps this. They're just spinning.
Okay, homie read the transition.
They
The
both
triangle
read-
spinning the other way. He kind of screwed up there.
They both read the transition. 50% warrior. And a 2 miss difference. Wow. That's actually crazy. That's actually insane. 79 max combo.
Homie just really edging it out with the difference here.
I can't say I'm not surprised. I don't think a single person at this LAN could pass this map.
Yeah. Frost could probably, like, just FC the diff spikes and then nothing else. That's just the read that I get.
True. Big boy calling
Dude has
them
the most
maggots.
absurd
Wow.
aim control ever.
Let's
Wow, I
go.
love the tournament client.
We love the homie with the 25 Vortexo. Preemptively had F typed before rolling like 3 times homie's roll.
Okay, Vortexo is picking
Homie getting
first. Let's see
picking
what
first.
homie's ban order is going to look like. And then we're going to get into bans. So what are you
Come to your
expecting on
house.
bans here from either of these players?
Bans?
I feel like
Vortexo?
homie's better on the reading, but I have a feeling no mod 6 is staying open. Do you think Vortexo
I
takes
think-
the hidden 2 or what?
I say he bans 1 hidden, 1 hard rock. The specific one, I'm not quite sure. He might go for the hidden 2 and then the hard rock.
Second ban, no mod 2, really.
He bans?
Homie's definitely the
Nomad
better
2.
flow aim player out of the 2. I think Vortexo's
Vortexo ban Nomad 2.
traditional speed.
I'll be honest. I'm surprised. I thought that map would have been a bit of a toss-up between them.
Yeah.
Homie with the
Homie's flow aim's
DT1
really good, completely. Oh, I'm so thankful that
and the
Nomad
Nomad
6 is
6.
gone.
I'm sad it's
I
gone.
cannot. You have no idea. It is my fault that map is in the pool. I didn't expect my consequences to have. To be such large consequences to my actions. I'm so thankful I get a 1 match reprieve before I have to see this every other match before finals.
Yeah,
DT2 is the second ban is really confusing to me in terms of Texas.
that is true.
And
I
Hidden
picked the
2 is
wrong
open
thing.
still. I wonder
is
if Homie
true.
just picks that. I think he definitely wins the map, even though it's not his specialty at all.
That is true. And now it is Vortexo pick.
The important thing
Let's see
about
what he goes
tournament,
with.
especially when you know the other people in the tournament, that a lot of people miss, is that you don't have to pick what you're good at. You just have to pick what you're better than your opponent at.
Exactly.
And Homie definitely has a lot of picks in this pool where he's not really that great at any of the hiddens, but he probably wins all 3. Nomad wins.
Starting
Nomad
off
1
with
from
a Nomad
Vortexo
1
is
pick.
probably his best pick from the pool.
I would say Nomad 5 probably would have been a little better. Vortexo is pretty okay at speed.
Yeah, it depends how much control he has at 235.
That
There's
is
a lot
true.
of people like that do struggle, like almost overstreaming control-y stuff like Nomad 5. That might be a good reason for the DT2 ban, depending where he is on that.
Yeah.
Just because the burstier the map, the harder it is to control, the more likely you are to just break on a buzz slider and lose the pick.
Oh yeah.
Nomad 5 in particular is a little light on the control element, so I imagine that will be a good pick down the line, but abusing Homie's poor aim is about as good as you can get as well.
That
I
is
think
true.
this is probably solid. If Homie loses this match, he has to captain Florida C team in next year's 5 USC, which is his worst nightmare as far as I
Worst
understand.
nightmare.
Big boy spamming for people to ready in the most passive aggressive way possible. We love that. I know he doesn't mean it on purpose. Just flaming my boy. You know how it is. I actually think this pick's pretty much a coin flip. Homie probably wins it on average, but
Yeah, I know
Pretty
neither of
close.
these guys are extremely strong in aim, so it is interesting to pick this. This is essentially just going to be who can hit more as opposed to who can necessarily perform better.
yeah, this is going to be more of like just the combo. I feel like
Yeah.
none of the key eyes are going to matter because I have a feeling both players are going to 1-miss at least in each key eye. But if you can just combo these calm sections consistently, then you're going to get this pick. So they should be See,
Homie
exactly like
finding
this.
an early break.
The early break, even with quite a significant act difference, is going to put this in Vortexo's favor very quickly here.
Homie, though, still holding the lead because of that act difference. Being around 7 whole percent.
The 100 combo difference, even with the massive act difference, is going to catch up to Homie as long as there's not a break anytime soon. However, the PI is coming up pretty quickly. If Vortexo can't get this act back, then no amount of combo is really going to get this back. Unless he can just hit this. Okay, sorry, I stand corrected. Okay,
He misses.
there's
He
the
breaks
miss.
after Homie. But we're at pretty much a combo reset now.
Homie is losing
The
a
second
good
part.
amount of act from these misses. But
Though he
Vortexo
does
just
hit-
keeps hemorrhaging, just hitting early on everything. I wonder if
Homie
it's
with a
offset.
combo coming out of the jump section. Vortexo finding a break. So this might be where Homie ends up taking it and roll. And I might have spoken too soon as he breaks.
We do have a double combo reset going into the much easier section.
Both men have pretty much free combo right now.
At this point, the act difference is so large that Vortexo really just needs the combo game in order to catch up here.
Yeah.
Homie continues being the most frustrating player on earth to play tournament 1v1 against. With the question mark drop after the no mod 1 pick on the sim. Homie doing quite well in this Ki, I say, as he misses, but even so. Ack is going down pretty significantly.
That is true. The misses are catching up to him.
There's only about a 30k difference, and all of that is on Ack rather than this.
That is true. Homie, though, finding a massive chain miss. I don't know what happened there. Both of them breaking on the stream almost at the exact same note. Gonna cause a huge reset. Vortexo, though, finding a break. Will Homie match it in these jumps and stream? He will not. Only about a 20k lead. Homie, though, having a slight combo advantage, as well as that Ack advantage, which has the gap between Ack has been closed significantly due to that massive chain miss Homie had.
Yeah. Homie
This-
kind of crawling the Ack back upwards, and Vortexo is struggling a little bit with the Ack on this. So unless he's able to close that up, I think this is going to end up going in Homie's way.
That is
After
true.
this stream, there's no real easy stuff left in this match. So it's going to be quite hard to catch up unless Vortexo
Homie
can just
finding a
combo
break.
this.
Homie
Look at
playing with
this.
smoke.
This might be very close, actually.
This is going to be really close as
Homie
Vortexo
Rack is
continues
down
to
to
hold
90.
combo. And Homie,
Vortexo's holding, it's a 10k gap. Vortexo has the combo lead, and he misses,
misses.
but it might be enough depending if he's able to catch up on Ack at least a little.
this is going to be close. This is going to be down to the wire. Homie, though, just holding down his smoke button. I don't know what is going through that head of his.
There's a 5k gap, but Vortexo chain misses.
Homie
misses
finds
to
a
get
break.
Combo reset. It's so close right now.
They're both
I
chain
have
missing.
no idea who's in the
Vortexo!
lead anyway.
Vortexo in the last minute!
What's in the last
Pulls
second?
through with the point!
That is insane.
Alright.
Wow, Vortexo with the C rank, but half the miscount of Homie. and
Half
he
the
just pulls
miscount
through.
and about that's 80 combo advantage.
Yeah. He had a lot of significant combos. All of his
He
breaks were pretty
did.
close together, so he actually got a lot of points. And when the Ack closed back up, he was able to take the point, just as was said. An Ack difference was really all that was carrying Homie through that No Mod 1. Let's see what he picks back here. I actually don't know what the great picks are for Homie outside of like Hidden 2. Perhaps he's pretty good on some of these HRs. I think No Mod 3 is probably favored for him. And then Vortexo probably just wants to pick finger control for the most part.
That is
There's
true.
a ton of in this pool.
Homie going with the hidden 2. I think that's gonna be a good. That is gonna be a good pick for him. I want to say.
I am surprised but thankful that Homie bans the No Mod 6, I will say. That would have been a very good pick for him, but at least I don't have to listen to that song again. We will take what we can get.
What? You don't like Japanese Goblin?
I don't like Japanese Goblin that much.
True.
Honestly, there's just not a lot left in the pool that feels particularly favored for Vortexo, but
That is true. He
we
does.
just saw how the Nomad 1 went. It very easily could go either way.
That is true. He could pull a surprise on pretty much anything over Homie. I think his best bet on doing that will be on Nomad 5, though.
Absolutely. That map, honestly, the speed on it isn't super hard. A lot of it might just come down to like some of the light aim elements more than the speed even, which makes me think that that might be more of a toss-up.
Yeah.
But this one seems pretty convincing. I don't want to call it before it's over, but Homie's shown himself to be pretty good on reading as of late, despite not being that much of a reading player. I say as he gets all 50s in the intro. But that's air raid hidden for you. Sometimes you just rush the very beginning. Pretty typical. I heard that Homie is wagering that if he loses this match, then he will have to captain the USC, 5 USC Florida team, C team. Which he does
Vortexo.
not want to do.
Vortexo finding massive chain misses. Homie also finding a good couple misses, though. I think this is a quarter into the map.
Yeah.
With only 20k score, roughly, on Homie's side, this might be over before it's really started.
Yeah, unfortunately it looks like Vortexo just doesn't have the reading for this. This is lighter on reading for a hidden 2, but a lot of players struggle a lot with hidden 2s, and it's hard to blame them. It's just like, if you've not messed around with Air 8 hidden before, you're going to not be able to play this mod slot at all. I'm very surprised this is open. But alas,
We'll
Homie's
say
not
this
doing
isn't.
particularly well either, so I understand wanting to leave it open.
I will say it's. I feel like this has been left open mostly because this is not as a reading intensive hidden 2, which sounds like an oxymoron because hidden 2 is the reading hidden slot.
Right.
It is more just about being able to read AR8 hidden as opposed to being able to read difficult patterns at AR8 hidden.
Right. A lot of Air 8 hiddens will have some like very tricky reading elements such as perfect stacks or just being more rhythmically complex, where this map's mostly just off your aim in terms of Air 8 hidden.
Yeah.
So
It's a fairly straightforward map too, with not many difficult rhythms apart from a couple doubles that you'll find.
right, and we just saw one force the double combo reset from both left players. A little bit of act difficulty, but Homie's actually been hitting a pretty good amount of this map. Okay, well, I just shouldn't speak, I guess. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry for what I just did. How did this happen? That was like purely out of spite that he did that. It's like he heard me. It felt like he heard me from the other room and missed 30 times in a row, just to prove me wrong. He had 100 misses and 50 of them were that last section after I said how well he was doing on the aim. This is so crooked.
This is so crooked.
Anyway, let's see what Vortexo wants to pick next. I really think Nomad 5 is his best bet, but he's probably pretty good on
Odds
the
are,
safer
yeah.
one.
Wait, no, why does he have
Here
2
is the
points? He did
Nomad
not take that point. Homie took that point.
You can manually do it.
I know. I don't know why. Yep, Vortexo going with the Nomad 5, unsurprisingly. The most toss-up of a map, and the ref flirting with Homie a little bit, as we can see. I imagine Homie's going to be playing this with autopilot. One hand on the keyboard, one hand on the ref, if you know what I mean.
Shouldn't make his aim any worse if you've seen Homie play.
Oh man. Here we go into the Nomad 5, a banger of a song, I will say. I'm doubling my headphones for this. I'm putting on both ears. I want to listen to this.
That's not how that works. I'm gonna listen to this song twice as much.
I'm gonna listen to double the song.
Vortexo already hitting an early miss. I did see him not get the best act on this, but he was able to hit everything on the last play that he had of this. Against the Equivocator, actually, he had quite a significant combo. Just the Equivocator probably FCs this map 9 out of 10 times.
That is
Really
true.
unlucky if you're a speed player playing into a better speed player. Homie
Homie
pick
finding
up
a
miss
break
and
though. Vortexo holding a decent combo.
And pretty good act, honestly.
Yeah.
The OD on
Homie
this
finding another
is
break. The
only
score's gonna
8
swing over to Vortexo.
Yeah,
He continues to hold combo here.
as the map goes on and combos get bigger, even with the act lead, and mind you, this act lead is shrinking. This is just going to continue going in Vortexo's favor, even if there is like a double break. But as the combos hold, this lead is just getting bigger and bigger, even with Homie getting his act back up. And he breaks.
Homie
on
finding
the
another break.
streak.
Vortexo continuing to hold a massive combo here. As I say that,
He finally breaks, but
I need to stop
40k
talking.
halfway through this map is pretty significant. Homie had a very uncharacteristic break on the death stream. I don't know if
Another
that
break
was a
by
missing
Homie.
or,
Vortexo
like,
following it up though. A little bit of a chain miss. Combo is in Homie's favor ever so slightly. That might, after Vortexo breaks there, now it is more in his favor.
Yeah.
With about a 100k combo lead. Almost
After
said
that
100k
break-
lead. That is not true. Vortexo finding another break. Homie building up some combo. We are into the break.
Right, okay.
Homie finding a break. Vortexo with a decent sized combo into the solo.
This was getting much closer for Homie, but he's lost a lot of his act. He's still struggling to combo this. This is actually looking pretty rough. This might be quite a match at this pace.
Vortexo leaving with, I want to say he full comboed the solo there.
Yeah, quite significant combos out of Vortexo.
Both of them combo reset on the same note.
It's pretty much over at this point, though. It's a 50k difference with this little map left. It would have to be Vortexo stops playing in order for Homie to catch up at this point.
That
We
is
actually have a
true.
lead from him. Winning both of his picks early is quite a good sign. He may run out as the tournament goes on because Homie's a little bit better all-rounded, but anything can happen. Neither of these players are particularly the most consistent despite having quite high skill caps, so it really comes down to who plays better
Vortexo-
that particular map, and today it was
Vortexo taking his second score. Also, Homie leaving the lobby. Also, ref, if you can hear me, players need to swap colors. Because Vortexo's on blue and Homie got a point for that. So yeah, they just need to be swapped in game.
Alright, Homie out of the lobby, but we're gonna see what the next pick is soon.
Homie is back in the lobby, and they are now on the right colors.
Nomad 4 is a good pick. I was thinking Nomad 4 or Hidden 3 were his best picks left. HR3, I'm not certain how comfortable Vortexo is on like the high AR stuff, but
And
I
Homie picking
imagine
Nomad
HR3
4.
might be a lot better. Nomad 4, Hidden 3, Nomad 3 are all going to be pretty good. Vortexo's a much more mechanically based player, so anything techier, even if it's not Homie's skill set, is going to be favored for him ultimately.
This is going to be favored towards Homie. I want to say Homie has gotten a pretty sizable score on this already in the tournament. So, interesting to see.
Do I remember a 300k? That's actually a 6 score on this map.
That
if
is.
I'm remembering correctly.
That is a 6 score.
I'm pretty sure that's like what I got in the tournament, so that would be pretty insane.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any chance that Vortexo can match this. So it's been a pretty exciting set. Currently, he's playing quite well, so really expecting anything. And we finally have team colors fixed.
As
Homie
well
is
as
now
the
on the
sides are
right.
on, correct. Vortexo on the left. Homie with the W, already asserting the fact that he thinks he's gonna win this.
Homie flexing that he does in fact know 2 letters, not just F. Very impressed.
Homie's
Neither
knowledge
of
of
these players
the
spin clearly.
Homie's knowledge of the Latin alphabet is really insane.
Vertexo's actually doing pretty good on the aim so far, but he's just rushing a lot of these sliders because of how hard the rhythmic reading on this is. Even though the AR is pretty high, there's so much difficult rhythmic stuff in this map that can be quite difficult to map if you don't know what you're doing. You can see an ACK chasm here.
But
94 to
Vortexo
67.
not finding the first break despite having 30% less ACK.
If Vertexo can figure out this map, I'm not sure if he's played it, and he actually could catch up a little bit on the ACK and get carried by combo. Very possible.
Hold up. Break from Vertexo. Homie now having the combo lead, but mostly just riding that ACK advantage. Vortexo finding more breaks, meaning it is going to go further into Homie's favor. More breaks, putting this at about 100k lead for Homie.
Homie's playing this immaculately. Oh, okay. Even so, all of the cut streams and the slider aim on this are really ridiculous, especially for someone not known at all as a tech player. He's playing this astoundingly well. This isn't even really bad on Vortexo, as Homie misses on the 4 slider, as is typical.
The 4 slider.
But this is really just very impressive from Homie. Another score that's projected to be about 300k if he holds up this pace.
Vortexo just cursor dancing in the free combo section, missing out on some of that free combo we could have gotten.
Yeah, some of that ACK, crucially.
Have a bit of a Bancho hiccup. We love to see it.
Let's see how we do on the sliders. Wow, Homie SS those. That's insane.
I've yet to SS those.
I think same.
I've seen, I want to say most of the times I see this, they FC it. Vortexo, though, hitting the awkward aim stream there.
This stream is definitely a run killer.
Oh yeah, that is a
Vortexo
common
giving
combo
up, very
reset.
unfortunate.
Vortexo also knows.
I have no idea what that says, I won't lie to you. Like, he's just writing words right now.
I think he wrote F and then proceeded to write I Orphet around it.
Interesting. I mean, Vortexo definitely has a leg in this race. There's a lot of mechanics left in the pool that he can easily win against Homie on. Homie's seeming to have a bit of an off day. It happens.
Very true.
92 ACK is actually pretty good on this map. Homie fell apart a little bit at the
230K.
end, but not a bad play at all.
Not a bad play in the slightest. Both players, though, winning on their own pick. We are now 2-2.
We have
This
yet
is
to have a break point.
Fairly even matchup so far. No break points. We're 2-2. Big boy. Shut up.
What?
Leave us out of this. Leave us out of this, you
What's the
snitch.
best pick here? In Vortexo's shoes, what are you picking next?
Probably not Hard Rock 3, which is what he goes for.
It seems you're not Vortexo
Clearly.
Take that one.
Clearly. Vortexo, I may have gone more with the DT3.
I was actually thinking DT3. HR1 is pretty good here. It's just like higher BPM in there. Not something that Homie can he's randomly good at precision, but not really difficult. It's a little smaller than the average HR1.
That is true, though we are currently witnessing the hardest map in the entire pool. So... Vortexo knows 2 numbers, 4 and 5.
That's scary.
Say that's scary. I have insider knowledge that you may know 3 numbers. Maybe. I saw you count to 6 on your hand, so that might mean you know that many numbers on one hand. That's impressive.
I really like that this was in pool. In retrospect, there are very few things I would do change this pool other than make the DT1 have D1 burst on it and then make the DT2 because of this. It was honestly a little low speed just because DT1
That is
I'm actually
true.
very happy about this pool just because of the swing, but everything's so good except for Mod 6.
Yeah, No Mod 6 is the only song blemish in this entire pool for the most part. I mean, blemish is putting it lightly. Not,
I forgot to talk about the map that's ongoing. I'm a little worked up.
That is true.
But it's actually pretty close right now. Really just an out difference. Not even really that much of a difference. Both of these players miraculously found right now, so it's actually there's actually kind of a good opportunity to catch up here.
scores are fairly even. Looking like it's about to go back to Vortexo. Combos are fairly similar.
I wonder if someone's wager going on the seats here is affecting it at all.
He's gonna be on the C team.
It's so close right now. There's a huge combo advantage for Vortexo, but he's just so far behind in the end. Tony breaks again, though.
Vortexo
just
breaking on the
misreads
stacks.
This could easily flip either way.
This match is extremely close so far. It is. They are actively just trading back and forth and back and forth. This is a nail biter. Vortexo starting to gain a little bit of a advantage in score, but this still, with a quarter of the map left, could go either way. Homie, as I was about to start talking, broke.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty in favor of Vortexo right now. Is Sony really going to have to cap them the seat? Pretty embarrassing. This
Here we
is
go.
nowhere near over though. I
This is
mean,
nowhere near
actually, it's a
over.
combo reset, but this is a couple thousand apart right now. This could
Going into the
easily
last
go
eighth of the
either way.
map.
Holding it very steady at such a small point gap.
This is gonna be close. This is gonna come down to the last couple notes.
Vortexo really just comboing this entire ending. This is incredibly impressive from him. Are we going to see a flip, a break? I think it's pretty much over now. Vortexo actually
say this
takes
is
a break
over.
point. This isn't a break point.
This is not a break point. This is Vortexo's point. This is his own pick and his own point. He misses
half
like
the follow
half the
points.
ticks on the slider, but gets the Hard Rock 3-point.
He must have been shaky after that
He
performance.
must have
I
been
don't blame
shaky
him.
after that.
He must be living with Kloof or something.
He must be living with Kloof. That song also a hardcore banger.
Yeah, this is
Vortexo actually dishing out the clap to Homie.
a
We're gonna see
miraculously
how
close
Homie
match.
responds.
I must
With
bring
the
up.
Hard Rock 2, the precision pick, another
I'm actually.
banger in this pool.
I love this song, by the way, but I'm very surprised to
song
see
is
Homie pick
amazing.
this. Mind you, I did say that he is quite a good precision player, but
That is
I would
true.
probably. It depends how comfortable he is on Hidden 3, but I would probably just continue to pick attacking Dolphins in.
That is true.
And then, like, your opponent has to pick the other Hard Rocks NCO, you're like a pretty good Hard Rock player. I will say, if this match goes to tiebreaker, this tiebreaker is pretty favored for Homie. It's like a lot of flow aim and a lot of like light tech elements, which I do think that he's much more comfortable reading than Vortexo will be.
Vortexo
With
needs
how
to-
good he's looking in this match, this is quite a toss-up in my opinion.
That is true. Vortexo needs to look for a break point in order to avoid that tiebreaker.
And this is certainly the pick to do it. This is a map that I actually think would have been a better pick from Vortexo personally.
True.
It depends. It really all comes down to who does well here.
This is gonna be Probably another close one.
Absolutely.
I will say the song also a banger, further proving how good this pool is in terms of song quality. Again, aside from that goddamn Nomad 6. It's like Yellow Submarine on Revolver.
And
Whoever
the gate.
decided to pull that is clearly the Ringo Starr of
Of the
pool
BLT, yeah.
with enough Beatles references. Homie's starting off with about a 30 combo advantage right now.
This has pretty much been the story of this map. As long as Homie's able to combo the map, he pretty convincingly is winning these points. Just because of how large his act lead is. And this looks like a map that he's comfortable enough on to have reasonable combos on. As I say that, he does break, but Precision is one of those map slots that realistically very few players are comfortable comboing for significant amounts of time. Very notorious for just being very low combo at all skill levels. Yeah. Homie, because of how inconsistent Vertexo is on the aim on this, is just like tripling his opponent's score right now. That difference is actually pretty significant too. He's doing pretty well aiming this even.
Combo reset. Homie really knowing how to pick into Vertexo. This was something that, honestly, we thought would be more of a toss-up.
Yeah, complete landslide at the moment. I'm very impressed with this. Very wrong about this pick.
Vertexo's performance on the Hard Rock 3, though, Homie must have known something we didn't. Vertexo having trouble with precise aim. With jump specifically.
Yeah, honestly, Homie looks way more consistent on this than I imagined him to. I knew that he was a solid precision player, but I did not expect him to be able to combo this consistently.
He is randomly really good at Hard Rock.
He doesn't practice this at all, by the way. He just knows how to hit this. His cursor's probably bigger than the notes on screen. I don't know if any of you have seen the skin that he plays with. It's a horror. But he is hitting the notes pretty well right now. And this pick's already over, honestly.
Honestly, his cursor trail is probably about the size of the circles, too.
That's true.
His cursor is bigger than his trail, though.
Okay, after seeing this on the Hard Rock 2, do you even pick Hard Rock 1 in time? I feel like all that's left is like the DT3. I guess you only have one more pick, so that's fine.
I feel like the Hard Rock 1 is kind of a culmination of both, so I think Hard Rock 1 would go probably either way. Hard Rock 1 is way more of a toss-up.
Yeah.
Despite Hard Rock 3 already being really close, which might make Hard Rock 1 still more Homie favored in the end.
We'll have to see how comfortable Vertexo feels on finger control, though. That's a skill that not many players, even speed players, are particularly comfortable with.
That is true.
So if he just doesn't feel good on the DT3, then maybe it's a better idea to go with one of the aim picks.
That is true.
Hidden 1 is super coin flippable, and probably something that Homie doesn't perform super well on. That might not be a bad pick.
I think DT3 might be
shallow.
DT3 might be a good toss-up pick that Vortexo would want to go for.
Homie has very good stamina, but not the best like raw
finger
speed
control
and finger control. So
Vortexo kind of in the same boat, but as we saw with Temptation, Vortexo can keep up with Homie when it comes to speed, so he might want to go for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, as we see, he goes for the DT3 pick.
DT3. I do think this is best.
Decides to say it twice, so we hear loud and clear he's picking DT3.
problem with this is the whole pool. There's so much left that Homie can pick.
That is
He
true.
gets after this. Even if Vortexo is able to get this. And then I just think the tiebreaker is just so good for Homie.
That is true.
We'll have to see, of course. Nothing is set in stone. I'm actually not even certain who gets this point in particular. So
Yeah, this point
it
is
just
going to
comes
be
down
sort of a
to
toss-up.
who's playing better. Burger indeed.
Burger indeed, Vortexo.
This is one of the backgrounds in the game, truly.
We'll have to see.
This is actually the first time we've seen the DT3 this whole tournament.
This
somehow.
is. We have not seen the DT3 yet. This is going to be
Yeah, this
first
is like
pick of
217 BPM, finger control, non-stop, tons of doubles,
Burger.
couple longer streams, just a lot of slightly uncomfortable patterns to hit. And Vortexo does, in fact, look quite uncomfortable on this, unfortunately. This is a very niche skill set that not many players are very good at, honestly. Equivocator's been playing Or the Flood speed edits for his whole life just to win every DT3 for this
That
very
is so
moment,
true.
But no other human is sane enough to do that, so really I can't blame anyone for not doing it. That being said, Homie is still holding,
He
which
is
is honestly
holding.
impressive. He
As you
does
say, he
miss.
finds the chain miss.
He does miss, but 100k, a quarter of the way through this is really impressive. This is one of the harder maps in the field for sure.
That is true.
Well, he does seem to have a little bit more control and raw speed than we imagined he
That is
does.
true. I want to say I've given Homie my Or the Flood speed edit before. So maybe Homie's played them, Vortexo hasn't. This is why you at home should play Or the Flood speed edits. I highly recommend 230 BPM. It's great for learning speed. Play it as a warm-up, and then go play other stuff at that BPM.
Break your hands.
Start off your session by completely killing your tapping hand.
Vortexo actually had a pretty significant combo in the palm part of this, and he's kind of bringing it back. Let's see if he can continue to hold through this next upcoming TI. It's pretty...
Homie finding a break, Vortexo matching it.
It might just be over, unfortunately.
This might be our first break point.
Especially with Vortexo seeming to be unable to continue comboing through this section.
And Homie holding about a 12 act lead.
And this only gets harder at the end. I actually keep counting. Homie's actually going up somehow. 300k on this is nothing to scoff at. That was quite a good score from Homie. And now Homie's finally looking to have his first break point going into his pick. If he loses this, we're going into a tiebreaker. This is a pretty hype situation we have right now.
This is a hype situation we have. Homie now at match point. We
wonder-
could see our second tiebreaker in the tournament so far.
Our first one that wasn't full, too. Pretty exciting.
That is true. Our first tiebreaker being Homie versus Kloof. So that would mean Homie would have been in both tiebreakers.
Indeed.
But
I
we'll have
wonder
to see because this
how-
is Homie's pick, so he will have advantage with whatever he picks, odds are.
I would not bet any amount of money on any pick in this pool for what Homie picks last. It really, like,
I would
Hidden
say
3 could
Hidden
be
3.
fantastic if he has played it at all.
My money
But it's
is
a
on
pretty-
Hidden 3.
It's a pretty tricky map, honestly.
That is true. We love the tournament
Nomad 3 is
climate.
probably pretty good. Homie, a much better alt player than he leads on, I feel like.
That is true.
I
After
wouldn't pick either
seeing-
aim map here. I think that's probably unwise with how he's playing right now.
I would say Hard Rock 1 would be a good pick for him, seeing Vortexo's performance on the other two, but he's gonna go for the Nomad 3 pick.
Yes, this is also one of the craziest maps in this pool. Pretty much
This is
every
true.
map in this pool with a 3 in the name is just ridiculous. This was low-key way harder than we wanted it to be, and we had like one playtester.
That is true.
So
But we
this
had
is,
we
like,
had to
very-
fill a genre quota. We needed that Midwest emo in there, even though this is probably a little too hardcore for Midwest emo, but
This is a very uncomfortable balance between flow and snap aim and accelerating and decelerating patterns. Oh man.
That is true. On top of the fact that it is fairly inconsistent with BPM because apparently the drummer of this band cannot keep time. So hacking this is gonna be a big challenge for anyone.
I was wondering why I couldn't act that. I couldn't even tell that the BPM was changing slightly. Yeah, tons of doubles, tons of large spacing differences. Look at those awkward cuts. God, this map's impossible, man.
Tendon alt mapping is insane.
Both of our players have about B rank X going through the intro, which the intro is pretty much the hardest part. There's a couple PIs that are about the same difficulty, but honestly a little bit lower. It just goes downhill from here, so our players should be able to get at least a little bit of combo going.
That is true.
And they do.
I will
is
say-
comboing through the easy section going into this first PI soon.
The BPM fluctuates a lot on this map too. It says 296, but I know the minimum is probably lower than that. I know that it caps out at around 330 BPM somewhere.
Goodness.
So yeah, that's roughly like, I want to say around like 140, 148 to like 165, 170 almost.
Homie is unwilling to be relegated to having to be a captain.
That is true. Homie does not want to be on 5 USC Florida C team. He wants to stay on that B team.
He refuses to be the 13th best 5-digit player in Florida. Really impressive stuff from him here. Honestly, his 400 combo, even on the easier part of this map, is really insane. 200k on this is actually one of the better scores this match, if I'm being real. This map is just that hard.
That is true. This late into the map, with this big of a score difference being around 100k, no matter how many chain misses Homie finds, I don't think there's enough for Vortexo to come back here.
Yeah,
Though
it's
he is
unfortunate.
building an impressive combo, but the map is pretty much over. So this point is gonna go to Homie,
I'm literally crying right now.
and Florida C team does not have Homie as their captain next year.
The match does go to Homie,
The
but
match
it was
does
quite
indeed
a
go
close
to
one,
Homie.
Quite an exciting one. We'll have to say goodbye to Vortexo, but it was
We
very
will.
well fought.
We will miss you, Vortexo.
From someone who hasn't played a ton recently either, this was a very good showing.
Oh yeah, this is showing a lot of potential, honestly, from Vortexo. Being able to keep up with people about double his rank. Because Vortexo, I'm pretty sure, is still around 100k rank.
Right.
Homie being over double your rank. And you kept up and even beat him on the Hard Rock 3, since you are here with us now.
Oh man.
Vortexo. Any words to say?
He captained my tournament, so he knew my weaknesses, bro. He knew to pick HD2. He knew to pick HR2, and he abused me, bro. That's not fair, bro.
He used and abused you.
Boost if I did.
Honestly, work on that act and
Homie wants you to swap to the chat.
word.
Not homie, big boy.
Swap.
No, he wants you to see the chat.
Wants me to see the chat? Okay, big boy. Whatever you say. You are now. What does he want me to see?
I don't know.
Epic.
What does big boy want me to see? There's nothing in the chat.
All the way at the bottom?
Easy claps, by the way.
Big Boy is in fact
Anyway.
playing the next match. It's going to be Big Boy versus, I want to say, Gordon.
And I will not be commentating. I will be mentally preparing for my match with Quasi, which will be our first main bracket match. This is going to be our final losers bracket match of today.
Yep. I will
Big
be
Boy
right
versus
back. We're going to get into that, and then we're going to have some upper bracket after this upcoming match. So get ready for that.
That indeed.
probably don't want to.
And we are back. We're about to get into our next match. As soon as we get all of that set up, it's going to be Big Boy versus Casey.
And I am still commentating. I was going to sit out because I had a match after this one, and I didn't want to be tired for it. But since we are going out to eat right after this match, figured why not? You know, I got a little more left in me. Also, I'm on the bed this time.
Yeah, we swapped up.
Yeah, I got the shark squishmallow to hold me over.
Yeah. Since we are playing a LAN, it's going to take a little while for our players to get their setups configured to what they want. But after that, we're going to get into in-match warm-up and then right into picks.
Yep.
For a little bit of background on these two players, let me pull up our players here. We have Casey versus Big Boy. Help. I don't know this client at all.
I believe seeded 5th and 6th right next to each other.
6th and 7th, I believe it
6th and
is.
7th.
Big Boy is the lower seed, but he may be a little bit better in this particular match. Casey is the much better all-around player, but Big Boy's very consistent on his skill set. Like a lot of awkward aim and speed stuff, very good at hard rock, probably going to lose any reading pick if either of the players decide to keep it open. Probably not going to be very good on Nomad 2, especially a little bit alt.
Alright. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at Big Boy probably going for Nomad 1, DT 1, definitely as picks. And I don't think I don't think Kasai will try to ban those, seeing as he has been picking into Nomad 1, it seems. Though who knows? Casey's last match was a for fun match, so this could be one as well.
Is it
Or just
hashtag
goofy
MP
shit.
underscore code?
Yes.
Okay.
Hashtag MP underscore.
I'm here. Now we should have this match set up.
I should be just about ready to go. Okay, my God. This song is an absolute banger.
Yeah. Quite happy with our song choices here. Let's look at the
from
pool
Nomad
real
6.
quick and have a quick breakdown of who does well where. I think most of these DTs, at least DT1 and maybe even DT3 go in the favor of Big Boy here. I think most of the like techier, more flow aim, altier stuff is going to go in the favor of Casey though. I really don't know who wins this match. It's probably the closest we've had thus far.
In terms of skill sets, yeah.
Upper bracket's also going to be very exciting, but this is certainly the most excited I've been for a match thus far.
Okay. Upper bracket, we're gonna see probably some pretty crazy scores in the next two matches for upper bracket.
Absolutely. There we're going to have Equivocator versus Quasi, which is basically our correct speed player versus just a solid well-rounder. I think the only real, like, massive skill edges there are, like, consistency aim and just, like, tournament sense. I think Quasi in particular is very experienced in knowing what to pick into people. It's very rare that I see him make, like, a blatant pick mistake.
That is true.
I think that actually goes a really long way, especially when the skill levels are pretty close. And I think it's close enough that that might be an interesting match.
Yeah.
Then we actually have me against Frost, which I'm going to get steamrolled, but I think I have a chance to scam a few picks. I'm pretty excited for that.
You do indeed. I feel like you might have. I don't know how close this Nomad 6 will be. You definitely have them on the finals Nomad 6.
Oh, that's free, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that's hard reading, I just hard win against anyone in this tournament, but
Yeah,
a lot of the like
you-
light reading, like just high note density AR8 stuff,
Yeah.
Frost Cage is like extremely good at. So
Oh yeah, but
use those
Frost has
if
regularly
anyone
said
else.
he can barely keep he can barely even get a B rank on the finals of No Mod 6. Meanwhile, Hotbread you can probably like consistently A rank it almost.
I certainly can.
So, and Frost has also admitted to not wanting to ban it. He's gonna keep the finals No Mod 6 open against Hotbread for I don't know, because he wants to keep it open. I guess he doesn't want to ban it.
He's a man of his word. When I pulled that, he was telling me that he wasn't going to ban it and that we were just like basically going to have a practice war to see who does better on it. And I played it for 2 hours and learned the map. And he gave up, but he was like, "I'm not banning the map," though. I said so. So I at least get one. I get one pick against them in finals if we both make it.
That is true.
But I actually don't feel confident on the rest of that pool. Frost is like a really high skill cap player, and I just get gapped as the star rating gets higher, I feel like.
Indeed. I myself have been practicing the No Mod 6 a little bit in my off time.
He has. Map is Snow Irony for the initiated. It's AR6, like, intentionally impossible to read.
Perfect stacks.
Yeah, tons of perfect stacks.
I want to say it's either in 6-4 or 5-4. It's an awkward time signature as well.
Yeah, a bunch of pauses, which is especially hard on low AR. Like, any timing pause where there's no notes on screen is really difficult to read.
Oh yeah, there's many regular like weird pauses.
I'm
between
excited for
notes.
that, but
Yeah, that's definitely going to be an interesting.
honestly, the reading in this pool is pretty light, which was intentional, because a lot of our players are just struggling with, like, traditional AR8. It's pretty normal. But it's a huge step up with the reading in the finals pool. In general, honestly, I feel like our No Mod 4 and Hidden 3 are, like, harder reading maps overall than our Hidden 2. Being honest. Just because of how rhythmically complex they are. They're honestly pretty similar tech maps. The Hidden 3 is just less easy. I thought I had it set up, I'm sorry.
Oh, you need to click in the left side on the that kind. Yeah.
Maybe you should just do this. We should swap maybe.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I'm not experienced with this. I didn't even realize they're playing, my bad.
Alright.
Are they just in one?
Yeah, that's it.
I learned the ref, I didn't learn to do this yet. We're actually in warm-ups, everyone. We're gonna get that pulled up for you right now.
We'll see what they're doing. They're playing If You Can't Hang right now, it seems.
That's embarrassing. I'm actually kind of chill with the fact that I haven't seen half of this.
There's earbuds. You want to use these?
Yeah.
Alright. Just find where those earbuds are plugged in. You're gonna connect it so it takes those. Oh, perfect.
We are still down.
We are looking at a CS5 jump aim map at around 7.3 stars for the warm-up. I don't know whose pick this is.
This is not the diff of this that I expected. Big Boy actually struggling a lot on AC right now. I wonder if he's just still not warmed up or what. But yeah, we haven't seen any of the difficult stuff in this map. Maybe it's just a really hard aim sections or like a particularly long stream. Big Boy, yeah, okay, that's where the AC difference is from. Big Boy pretty notoriously not great at streams in particular, especially above the 180 benchmark. So, completely understandable that he'd be dropping a little bit of back. And that's why I imagine we're gonna see at least like a No Mod 2 ban from him, probably some other tapping ban. maybe just no mod 5.
Yeah, this map is absolutely disgusting. These streams and jumps are utterly ridiculous. More attendant mapping.
Yeah, very uncomfortable aim on a CS5 map for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, those streams are quite rough if you're not ready for them. God, the angles of so many of these patterns are really hard. Squares are difficult, but much more underrated are just like rhombuses. Like anything that forces you to go from acute to obtuse angle aim is really rough, because you just have to alternate. Personally, when I snap aim stuff, depending on the angle, I kind of change the like way in which I go to the next note. And I'm more or less snappy based on that. So if you're constantly changing between that, you have to change modes in your brain for what to do there. It's really tricky. There's a bunch of linears too. God, this is brutal. And what is that stream?
Yeah, these streams are absolutely disgusting.
This is certainly making Isaac look really good right now.
Oh yeah.
I knew Isaac was insane, but I didn't actually seed him that high because he just hasn't played in a long time, but he just like doesn't rust or something. I don't get it.
He does not rust.
Like every time I see him play, he just like way overperforms everyone's expectations. He's the type of person who just plays better in tournament rather than worse.
Oh yeah.
But of course this isn't actually for a point or anything.
More than
We
picked
have one more
Night
warm-up.
of Fire as a warm-up. An alt map, I believe?
Yeah, big boy on the alt grind. I'm really proud of him for it. Yes, he has really good raw aim. It's just really working on the finger control aspects of alt more than anything. And if he's good at that, then he's going to be a very good all-rounded player, especially if he can work on the tapping in general.
Yeah. I believe we were talking earlier about how... it may have been with Frost, but I was talking about how some of the people here potentially could go all the way to like top 50 by the next time we meet up. And I think Big Boy I see probably the most potential in doing
Big
that.
Boy has a very high skill cap for sure. He
Oh,
just
yeah.
needs to work on certain things.
Especially
But he's
since
becoming
his...
much more well-rounded. And I've known him for like a month, and I swear he's improved so much.
Oh
in
yeah,
that time.
especially since his skill set is so like PP in the advantage of getting PP pretty much.
Yeah.
It's very much like how you get like top 50
Yeah.
is just his skill set.
Man, I don't know about top 50, but I can definitely see Big Boy beating all of us to 3-digit.
Oh yeah.
Like within the next year or so, if he just
Oh,
puts
yeah.
his mind to it.
Also, shout out. Is that a
That is a hilarious background. That's fire.
Is that a R34? No, that's not an R34. I want to say it's a Nissan. I can't tell from here.
We pulled the song right from Metal Cover YouTube. Let's go.
Metal cover YouTube. Let's go.
The absolute abyss of the internet. Solid map though, so far. Is this graveyarded?
100%.
Isaac, what happened there? Stopped playing. It actually was looking pretty good on the aim control here.
Oh yeah, this is... Yeah, he's graveyarded.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a few things here that are a little less than. Cool map though, for sure.
Oh yeah, messy patterning now.
So we have seen some really hard warm-ups. Who's actually favored as the star rating falls, do you think?
That is a good question. Big
Isaac's
Boy,
been
though,
surprisingly
holding his own.
consistent. He actually gave me a huge run for my money in our match.
Oh yeah.
Big Boy seems to be struggling with a bit of a mental block when it comes to playing in match, unfortunately. I think he's going to sort it out really soon, but he seems to be underscoring pretty consistently in match. soon as he gets that sorted out, he's gonna look a whole lot better. But
Oh yeah. Do you know how long Big Boy's been playing tournaments for?
tournaments in particular, I don't think very long at all. It might have
Okay.
just been USCB team for
Okay,
Florida.
Yeah.
If Quasi wants to come in here and tell us the answer to that, feel free. But I don't personally know.
I don't think he will because he is currently reffing this match.
You know, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. I will say, yeah, it does take time to sort of get over that mental block of underperforming when the time comes and being under pressure.
Yeah, I've actually started my first tournaments recently, and my team is like Turbo Omega D rankers. I have like a 50k and a 40k who are like the most insane players I've ever seen with a 5-digit next to their name. And I'm shaking so bad. I feel like I'm underperforming so bad in tournament because of it. But it really just comes with anything that makes you nervous. It comes with just like exposure therapy. Okay,
So, yes,
Big
that
Boy
was
is
his
very
first
new to
tournament,
tournament
yeah.
skill sets in general then. But yes, it really just comes down to exposure therapy with stuff that makes you nervous. The more that you play tournaments and stuff, the better you're going to end up feeling on them. So.
Yeah, he's also a fairly new player, so he hasn't had a lot of time to, say, get nerves from, like, when you get a massive boost in skill and you are setting, like, an insane play that
Yeah.
is, like, even, like, a week ago was probably decently out of your skill range.
Yeah,
Or-
adrenaline is like low-key a benefit once you know how to control it in tournament because it just makes your speed a lot more consistent,
Oh, yeah.
like tapping especially. But when you're new, it's really hard to control like the nerves that you feel if you care a lot about the tournament that you're playing especially.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, this is a super close warm-up.
This is. But yeah, even for me, I've been playing for quite some time now, and I still have not fully learned how to grasp onto that adrenaline. My tapping definitely can benefit from it, but it's aim that I feel is the most difficult to control when you have that much adrenaline in you.
Absolutely.
This
I'm honestly
is
pretty interested in you and Blue Sword. This is so close.
They hit the
They hit the back and
They
forth,
hit the
so
back
then
and
missed on
forths.
the next float outing. To be fair, this is like 160 BPM. This is
yeah.
really hard float outing. That's so close. What in the
Oh,
world?
so close.
Okay. Well, we should be going into picks now, so let's take a gander at
Let's
who
see.
bans what.
Who bans what?
I think Nomad 2 is an auto ban from Big Boy.
That is
He
true.
really struggles with tapping.
that is
He
true.
has like 5-digit Badoo if Badoo also couldn't read and wasn't anything like Badoo. They call me Analogy Guy.
they call you analogy.
Other than
guy.
that, I imagine he goes for another tapping map. The HD1 is very tapping intensive, but it's pretty low BPM, so it might just be comfortable.
That
I think
is
the
true.
other ban is probably
Big
either
boy
BT2
roll.
or 3.
Big boy rolling a 78, but Cassie
98.
not having any of that and getting a 98 roll,
Okay.
almost a 100.
Random anecdote because I'm thinking about it. I went to a tournament playing, it was like a card game tournament. I was playing the best deck in the format, and I was playing in like a side event pretty deep for like a lot of money. And I was playing against some guy, and I just had like the most insane turn 1 possible. Like he already couldn't win anymore on turn 1, and he complained about it and was like, wow, that was pretty unfortunate, I can't win anymore. And I just like autopilot said, yeah, they call me Guy Who Is Lucky, and this was a year ago, and I still think about that. And
They
that guy
call me
probably
Guy
just
Who
hates
Is
me
Lucky.
now. I'll just never see him again. Back on subject, we have Isaac taking first pick,
And Big Boy taking first ban.
So Nomad 2's obvious here. I actually think he'd prefer to ban DT3 to DT2. He can probably just double tap through the DT2 enough to combo through it, because the aim's pretty comfortable in that map.
Yeah.
Very mashable. Isaac, I'm not sure what he bans. Probably just some of the hard rocks or like the aim stuff.
That's true. I'm curious if
probably get
Nomad
rid of,
6
like-
is gonna get left open.
I think Isaac. I actually don't know anymore. Big Boy had a pretty good score on the Nomad 6. Not really the hidden 2 from what I remember. That might be Big Boy's other ban if he doesn't think Isaac's going to challenge him too hard on the speed. But I think Isaac should just leave open the reading and like hit Nomad 1, HR1 would be my picks for bans here.
Yeah.
DT1, if you feel comfortable alting, could be fine. I don't know how experienced Isaac is with the pool overall, I'll be real. Like this DT1 in particular is just a pure snap aim alt map. There's not really many speed elements. So Nomad 1 ban, we need one more from him. Let's see what
Nomad
that does.
1 ban. It's gonna be fairly interesting ban because I want to say they both have fairly similar skill sets.
Yeah.
And both have, I want to say, relatively similar experience with tournaments. Maybe
Yeah.
Big Boy just having the one advantage on him.
Does ban the hidden too? I'm really surprised by that. Especially leaving Nomad 6 open is like a little weird to me, but maybe he just doesn't feel that comfortable in the Air 8 hidden. Isaac didn't
That
look
is
that
fair.
bad on Nomad 6 either. That's probably honestly a toss-up pick.
And Big Boy with
Think
his
Big Boy
last
should
ban.
just hit DT3 here. Now that Hidden 2's gone. Honestly, the crazy thing about this match is a lot of the alts is pretty contested between these two. Maybe even Big Boy's favored? It's crazy to say.
Big Boy rolling a 1 and banning DT2.
Probably gambled between the DT2 and the DT3. Didn't know which was worse. This is, like, the DT3 is so hard, though. I'm pretty surprised by that one. I feel like DT3 is way, way harder for Big Boy. Just because he can at least double tap comfortably.
That is Cassie's pick. Let's see what he decides to go with here.
Nomad
3.
opener. I think this is good. I would have preferred to see one of the tech picks into Big Boy, but this is completely acceptable.
This is another one of those toss-up picks.
Yeah. This is more aim control-y, so I think it's leaning Isaac, but it's certainly not going to be particularly easy for either of these players to take the point on.
Yeah, this is definitely not a one-sided pick.
I saw Big Boy actually ulting the DT1 when he played it the other day. So,
Really?
yeah.
He's learning.
Yeah, he did pretty well too. Probably close one. I see we're still saying 5 despite no one playing with the numpad. This is my fault.
I'm late.
Unreal.
Freezing at the exact same spot as the last time this map was played. Thank you, Bancho. Big Boy finding the first slider break.
Isaac looks really comfortable on this.
He does.
Impressive.
He does look comfortable on the aim. Acking? None of them look too comfortable.
This
Isaac
map's
looking
just
more
impossible
comfortable
to
at
act.
that is
We
true.
hate this drummer in this household. He's actually kind of sick with the it would just be cool if he was on beat.
True. I think it's more on whoever produces not quantizing it properly and keeping it mistimed as shit.
That's fair. Isaac actually does have the hack advantage even here. Big Boy's doing a little worse on this than I imagined. Mind you, this is like a much more reading intensive alt map than the other alt maps in the game. I think the other alt maps are actually still very contested. This is just the worst of the three for Big Boy. Like, quite a large margin. There's like the alt patterns are comfortable, there's like accels and decels, and you just have to switch between all three in quick succession. And again, as we kind of established in the warm-up, I think Isaac's much more comfortable as the star ratings go up, right? So, as this is much harder of a map than most of the pool, this favors Isaac more. The story might be the same with Talent Better, just because of how brutal aim is on that. Yeah, this is all but over. I wonder what Big Boy picks into here. Do you just go straight for no mod 1 in this spot, or do you want to do something a little less clean with the first pick, do you think?
With no mod 1 banned, actually, I think...
You know, that would make it hard to go for, wouldn't it?
That is true. He might... I don't know, he might go with another fairly toss-up pick with, say, a no mod 6.
I think, yeah, that could be interesting. I feel like neither of these players super want to go for the no mod 6 into the other. But Isaac didn't necessarily get the best score on it when
That
he
is
played.
true. Big Boy
So-
having a little bit of a comeback there, but still not enough to take the point.
Yeah.
And the first point is gonna go to Cassie. I'll turn off fucking warm up. There we go. First point. Now let's see what Big Boy decides to pick here.
I think if we have
Quasi
a match that goes to
is-
tiebreaker, this is definitely this is going to be the closest match of the day, I feel like.
Quasi is not... Come on, Quasi, you got it. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. There you go.
show the chat on the stream.
Oh shit!
They need to see what just happened.
Um,
Scroll up.
There we go. There it is. Big
Bro
Boy
could not copy paste.
going with the DT1 pick.
DT1, see, this is just alt into alt. I feel like you just make your opponent pick this into you. A lot of the more traditional aim in this pool, like HR in 1 and 2, are like very Big Boy favored, I feel like. So
That
I
is
would just
true.
wait on that. And so force your opponent to gamble on the like slightly more toss-up alt pick into you.
That's true. We also don't have any straightforward aim in this pool, really. Everything that is aim focused is fairly awkward.
Yeah.
All
The hidden
our
one
hard
is
rocks.
pretty comfortable aim. It's just hidden and has a lot of
Yeah.
bursts, which is really gonna hit Big Boy's hack.
Yeah, which
The HR1
still
is like pattern-wise very simplistic.
but also not like
It's all like fast,
Too
low
comfortable,
aim,
yeah.
linears and stuff, so it's pretty tricky.
Yep.
Big Boy's really good on the linears, so he'd probably be solid on that. HR2 is also pretty standard aim map. It's an HR2, so I don't know how comfortable
Yeah.
Big Boy is on that, but I honestly just don't think this is the first pick. I think this is one of the closer to toss-up maps in the pool. So maybe a missed pick, but maybe Big Boy is better on this than I give him credit for. This is gonna be fun. That being said, both players seeing an early break. The aim is really confident from Isaac, I feel like. Are you seeing this?
It is, yeah.
Like, even if he's not hitting everything, he's just, like, reading this well and aiming at the notes very confidently. Which is really all you need to get better, I feel like. It's just the prerequisite reading and not psyching yourself out. Isaac actually does combo through a good amount of this, and this is a quick map, so this could be over as soon as it starts. If this just continues for a little while longer.
You know, already halfway through, about a 40k point lead for Isaac.
Yeah. Acts are about the same. Combos are about the same, so that really this just comes down to the combo and the intro. Both players break at exactly the same point.
Yeah, we're gonna see whoever holds through this section could just take it.
This is actually very close right now. Big
Isaac,
Boy
though,
pulled
finding the
ahead
first
and-
break in it. Big Boy
pulled
pulling
ahead.
ahead. Isaac finding another break, about a quarter left in the map.
Big Boy flips the point lead. It goes back with a break.
It does go
Wow,
back
it
with
is
the break.
within
It is
1K.
neck and neck.
Going into the final section.
Then
both of
about
these
500
players are going to have
score.
nerves on the line with this.
Especially after that.
Big
A miss
Boy
from Big
loses
Boy, a
it.
mick from Isaac.
Flips it back.
Another Big
Is it
Boy
going to stay in
miss.
his favor?
And
He
Big Boy
gets
takes
it.
the point.
Wow.
That was a ridiculously close match.
The miscounts were so close if you factor for how many of those 50s were probably slider breaks. Like, the
That is
miscounts were
true.
identical, the combos were identical, Both of these players were like completely at parity this entire time. Big Boy just literally 10 less 100s probably made the difference of points on that.
Indeed,
That's
that
all it came
was...
down to.
That was...
So Big Boy does
insane.
edge that out. I think he has much better picks in this pool. So he might have a very good chance bringing us the tiebreaker, or even better.
Yeah, this is looking like it's gonna be just like a pure mirror match.
Yep. If I'm Isaac here, I'm slamming Tech, Nomad 4 into Hidden 3, into Talent Shredder. If you feel
Indeed.
comfortable on tapping, then you pick the DT3, you probably win it. But
I feel like Isaac is gonna be picking the Hidden 3. I did see him practicing it earlier, so
yeah.
I
He already
wouldn't
had
be
a
surprised if
That
that's
map's
what he goes
really
for.
hard to sight read, mind you, and he got a very good score against me. I was very impressed with that.
Yeah.
So, definitely a very good pick into Big Boy if you're feeling comfortable on it. I imagine that's what we're going to see given that knowledge.
Yeah.
I wonder if either of these players... I don't know. I feel like so much of the tapping favors Isaac. I wonder how comfortable he is with the tapping, or if like he even knows that the tapping is that good of a good idea into Big Boy.
Yeah.
But given you saw double tapping bins, I feel like it's pretty easy to imply, like, maybe I should just pick the Nomad 5 here.
Yeah. Going with
So
the
much
Nomad
of
4.
Nomad 4 I think is also a good pick, so this is much closer than anything with the speed.
Oh yeah, picking
and
Tech
control
into
element.
Big Boy.
This is pretty rough reading map, lots of difficult rhythms, a lot of like cut streams and doubles in the awkward slider aim. It's a very well-rounded Nomad 4 that just tests every skill set that the mod has to offer basically, except for really extreme slider spam. But we'll just have to see how this pans. Big Boy, despite not playing a ton of tech from what I've seen, is surprisingly good at Nomad 4 sometimes.
Does not
He
look
does
confident.
not seem the most confident from what I've seen from what he just wrote.
E.
So glad Culprit's in the pool. Easily one of my favorite. More techno. What even do you call this genre? I just know it is rhythm game music. Electronic.
Electronic. I think this specifically, I want to say is more neurofunk specifically, which is a subgenre of drum and bass.
That is a fake genre name, but we'll go with it. This is neurofunk. One of my favorite neurofunk songs easily.
Which drum and bass is already an EDM subgenre.
Right.
It's EDM subgenres are extremely convoluted. Both of them keeping up with one another.
Yeah.
Similar combo, slight ack advantage to Big Boy's favor.
Yeah.
The score is also really close here.
Isaac has the combo, Big Boy has the act. If this match goes long, Big Boy gets a pretty rough misread on one of the easier sections in this match.
True, Isaac finding a couple misses.
Does change this a little bit. I think as this goes along, assuming combos don't get extremely large, this is definitely going to go in Big Boy's favor over time. Just because as the match goes on, the player with the athlete is going to end up doing a lot better. Yeah.
Indeed.
Here we have a lot of really tricky rhythms. Going to be exemplified right after this slow section as well.
Both of them hitting the 4 slider. That has been a common combo breaker in this tournament. I want to say I even broke combo on that slider.
Not in tournament, but you definitely have.
No, I think I did.
No,
in
you
tournament. It was a different slider like it I did break on though.
Isaac has the whole world in his favor right now going into this hard section.
Big boy FSSing. Ooh. That's difficult slider section. Finding some breaks though. Isaac is kind of taking his combo and running with it. Missing though on that awkward stream. Now we get into some slider spam. This is where Ack could definitely just be dropped.
It's going to be really hard to see if that score flips much of an advantage with this little of the map. That's one combo with the Isaac is what he needed to flex this out. Much closer to my point than I expected it to be, but it is going to end up going Isaac's way, it looks like.
That is true. A really close match though.
We wind down into the rest of this match, we'll have to figure out what Big Boy wants next. Honestly, I feel like Isaac has more picks in the pool just because of what has played out. But
True.
I think a lot of the aim is very Big Boy favored, and a lot of the light tech is slightly Isaac favored. So
Yeah. Similar Ack and miscount. Isaac just had much better combo.
if Isaac feels comfortable enough to just pick speed instead of all of this tech stuff, then he's certainly going to get at least one of his 2 next points.
Big boy, they're going with Hard Rock 1. He did, if I'm remembering correctly, have a really good score on this from earlier in the tournament.
Yeah, he's one of the only people who's played this, but very big boy favored map, I feel like. It's higher BPM, high AR, a little bit of precision, ton of linear aim, like a little bit of an older map style. Very unique aim test. I'm very glad that something like this is in the pool, given our DT1 is a little on the control side. I wonder if either of our players are going to pick Nomad 6 in this map. It is tradition, after all, to just pick Nomad 6 every fucking time that it is open, period, apparently. So,
That is true.
I imagine we're going to see that at some point. I legit don't know for sure who's favored on that. As we get into this map, Big Boy looking pretty comfortable on the ACK of this. Pretty simple rhythm, much better on OD10 it looks like. Pulls an early ACK lead out. Both players have seen a single break, giving Big Boy a pretty significant point lead at the moment. Let's see if he can hold this ACK. If so, it pretty much carries this pick on its own, even without the best aim in the world.
Indeed.
And Isaac seems to be struggling a good amount on this. I don't know if it's a speed gap or just like the linear aim.
That's true. Big Boy finding a small handful of breaks. Isaac, though, matching them pretty quickly.
The aim is just, the ACK is just so immaculate though. Literal double his score with probably worse combos overall just because of the 7% ACK difference. That is huge at these particular accuracies especially. The closer you get to 100, the bigger each percentage of ACK difference is going to make to your score. So if you can just hold like reasonable combos with extremely good ACK, you are going to win a lot of your HR points.
Oh, yeah.
This is... I expected this to be Big Boy favored, but he's looking extremely confident on this. Mix is on a back and forth, but losing a little bit of ACK here, but still looking quite good.
95 on this is really, really impressive.
Yeah, I cannot ACK this even. This is... Big Boy might be our best HR1 player in the room, honestly. All of our better players who are here are just bad HR players for whatever reason. Equivocator drags and he just can't play HR at all. I don't know what's going on there.
I can kind of play HR.
You're not good at like the really precise stuff despite dragging.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I drag, but I'm not dragging.
Bars.
Bars.
True bars. Yeah, this is pretty much over. 100k is insurmountable with this little map left. Fairly short one, all things considered.
Yeah.
We have yet to see a breakpoint. Once again, this looks like it's going to be even closer than I imagined it would be at this rate. Hopefully we can see an organic tiebreaker rather than whatever happened in the Kloof match.
Whatever happened in that.
Mind you, the things that happened in the Kloof match were 100% my fault. But...
yeah, that Kloof match was predetermined.
that was a scripted 5-4.
Scripted match. And really, really nice performance from Big Boy. Isaac with a pretty decent miscount, too.
Yeah, the combo's not bad
and
there
the better
at all.
combo. Big Boy just had
It
the
just
massive
all came down to
lead.
Ack.
Yeah.
Big Boy probably did worse on that in terms of aim and just was carried by OD10 Ack.
Yeah, and seeing how he performed on the Nomad 3, I wouldn't be surprised after that he feels confident enough to pick the Hard Rock 3 into Isaac.
Yeah, I think as Big Boy, you just go HR2, HR3, and weather the storm on everything else.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling confident on Nomad 6, you can last pick it probably.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just try to scam one of the speed picks if Isaac picks them into you, or you can maybe win the HD3.
Yeah, because I will say, I want to say that Hard Rock 1 might be the, at least, I would say the biggest test of what, like, how your opponent is at Hard Rock. Because if they're not able to play Hard Rock 1, they probably won't be able to do Hard Rock 3, because it's pretty much a similar type of aim, just way faster.
Especially if they're struggling on Ack in particular. You're going to have a huge advantage there.
I did not mean to hit that.
We do get the Nomad 5 pick.
We do get the Nomad 5 pick. Isaac mostly just looking to not let Big Boy catch a break point here, because Big Boy definitely, those Hard Rocks are probably going to be guaranteed points for him. So as long as Isaac can maintain his picks and not let a breakpoint happen, I think this might just go to tiebreaker.
Yeah. Big Boy, quite a good DT1 player. Really just can't play speed that well, though. It's like longer streams just aren't that great.
True.
He's not great at multiple bursts in a row.
Though he does know how to combo game speed, so this will be interesting to see how he performs on.
He can probably double tap a lot of these streams and get like an 85% Ack, like really good combo, but honestly this map's pretty comfortable on the aim. So if you can just get reasonable Ack and combo a little bit, then you're going to win the point, even if your opponent's smashing through and comboing all of it.
Yeah.
We actually saw, not on speed in particular, but Vortexo just kind of massively aim gapping his opponent in Homie on certain picks, despite all of the Ack disadvantages. Combo really is everything in this game.
Yeah.
So if you can just stay consistent and not completely fall apart and have a couple reasonable combos, your opponent's going to screw up a little bit on a BPM that they're not as comfortable on. Big Boy really falling apart early into this. I wonder if this is just nerves, or if, because all of this has been aim mistakes more than anything, I feel like. There hasn't even really been speed in this map yet. Both players get a break. Isaac already up 40k points, just based on mostly Ack alone, but a lot of map to be played.
Looks like Isaac is, for the most part, full ulting this, so I guess this is just more, Isaac may not have speed as one of his stronger skills, but it is enough to beat out Big Boy's speeding ability.
Yeah, Isaac didn't seem to look into this pool too closely, but he's been watching all of the matches. He knows Big Boy is super comfortable on the speed. He knows that he's at least fine on it, and it looks like a very good pick. I'd say this was probably his best pick left in the pool. Kudos to him. Mind you, this isn't over, but he is ahead by quite a bit already. Big Boy clearly unable to stream 235 in the longer streams, and he's having a little bit of trouble on the aim even. He is full ulting this also, Big Boy. A lot of Ack drops. The Ack actually is much closer than I imagined.
Yeah.
Big boy holding a little bit of a combo. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh yeah. If Big Boy can keep his combo up, he still has a good shot at this.
Let's see how we're doing into the solo. A lot of streams in
Isaac
the solo.
finding
Isaac
a break
actually
really
breaks.
quickly, though.
Big boy
Big
does
Boy.
match. That might be the nail in the coffin. Big boy is now finally double tapping. He is out of stamina. Let's see if he can hold for the rest of this and if Isaac breaks. Otherwise, it's just not going to be able to flip. There's not enough time. He needs a break from Isaac soon in order for a chance on this. I think this is pretty much over. This looks like another non-break point. Very good
That's
picks
true.
from both of these players.
Big Boy, though, at the end getting a sizable combo. Isaac finding some
I
breaks.
think it's too late, but it's pretty close. It's really just the act difference that's not going to be able to close. And Big Boy gets a massive chain miss at the ends, too.
That did end fairly close, I will say.
The Nomad 5 goes in the favor of Isaac. We're going into Big Boy's third pick. I have a feeling we're going to tiebreaker on this one. This is a pretty exciting match so far.
Oh yeah.
I think Big Boy's picks are very favored for him as long as we don't see a mispick from either of them. Just like slam Hard Rock over and over, I think is the correct way to pick this.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think we're having a real close match.
This so far is getting intense. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I was excited for this match, but every pick has been very close.
Yeah. It's just Big Boy just has to not mispick at this point.
Absolutely.
Isaac also. But I think Big Boy, I don't know. Big Boy with the Hard Rock 2, unsurprisingly. Nailing down the Hard Rock picks.
Was Hard Rock 2 pick? I don't see him in the chat.
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's just
Big
take
Boy
a
Hard Rock
bit
2.
of-
Yeah, this one, it hasn't shown up on that one, but yes, he did pick Hard Rock 2.
I can't believe how long I slept on this artist, by the way. This artist is so dope. Otto.
Hondo.
Yep, we got the double Hard Rock from Big Boy. Certainly very favorite pick for him. I wonder what his last pick is. I don't know if you gamble talent shredder into Isaac. It really depends how his act is on that.
That is true. I
if
think
you see bad act on this as simple as it is to act, then you just slam Hard Rock for no matter what happens.
Oh yeah. I mean, even Hard Rock 1, it's faster, but it is fairly simple rhythm,
Right.
aside from a couple bursts, so...
Depends how comfortable he feels acting like alt style stuff. Because
Yeah.
I know for a fact Big Boy can probably aim right in one, but he's not going to be very comfortable acting it.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty contested pick. But I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm pretty confident that this is Big Boy favorite, but it's going to be an interesting one.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Out of the gate, I seems to be struggling a little bit figuring out the rhythm on this map. Usually when you see stuff this low BPM, you expect it to be all, but this is just like a 150 BPM aim map with a couple streams in it.
Oh yeah. This might structurally be one of the most straightforward maps. It's just the fact of it being CS 6.5 that makes it really brutal to play.
Yeah, it's CS 6.5, and it's also just like a BPM that not many players are that comfortable playing.
Yeah, Isaac though, holding his own on combo. Big Boy having the act lead.
Well, Isaac does
finding a break.
Doesn't expect to on a Hard Rock 2, just barely missed a slider head. Missed a couple things in the pattern.
Are you talking into the side with the logo on it? There you go. Now you might be too close.
Uh-oh. We'll see.
I don't think you're too close, actually. Yeah, you should be good.
Big Boy holding quite a significant combo. Massive act lead as expected. Oh yeah, I am quite loud. I was just tossing in for the wrong side. Yeah, doubling score right now. Big Boy looking pretty comfortable on the aim. Wow, do you see Big Boy's cursor? He's shaking quite a bit.
He's shaking quite a bit.
Seems pretty nervous. I understand the feeling, because Big Boy's quite a competent player, but he's struggling a lot on... Like, I'm pretty sure that he hasn't won a 1v1 tournament match yet. Mind you, he's very early into his career doing so, but
Yeah.
it gets demoralizing when you're just losing over and over. I know that from other games especially. Luckily, I didn't get into Osu tournaments until I was at least like competent at the game, and
Yeah.
also Osu in particular at least puts people into brackets so that you don't necessarily have to be very good to get into tournaments. A lot of
Yeah.
games don't have that luxury. You just have to get cracked in order to be good at it.
Yeah.
Big Boy does have well, his AC is going down pretty significantly. This could get pretty close, but
Isaac is holding a sizable combo now. This
yeah, this absolutely could flip if
could
this holds
flip
for a long
in the last
time.
quarter.
And
But
as we
Isaac
say,
drops
that
his
Isaac
combo.
It's
So
pretty over because of this, unfortunately. We need to really see a collapse from Big Boy in order for this to come back. Aim's looking a lot more stable. Probably got a lot of the nerves out, or he was just struggling on the stream in particular, but seems to have chilled out. Ack is looking a lot better. This is the Big Boy we've come to expect. And with that, he gets another point. Yet to see a break point. Such an incredible match so far.
Yeah, we're looking at 3-3 here.
Let's see if Isaac's
into
comfortable
Isaac's
enough to
pick.
pick the DT3, or if he's just going to go with Hidden 3. I think those are probably his best two picks left in the pool.
Yeah.
Pool is getting quite shallow. There's not a lot for either player to pick at this point.
Yeah. I think Isaac is looking at probably Hidden 3 to be his best bet.
Yeah.
Because Hard Rock, we've seen him struggle on both the Hard Rock picks that Big Boy's picked into him.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'd necessarily be wise for that. He could go for Hidden 1.
I
though
would
I don't
not.
know how. Yeah. He could go for the Nomad 6, you know, because that would be pretty funny.
That would be pretty,
would be
funny,
pretty funny,
and make
but-
me very upset.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Hidden 1 is like a coin flip. I don't think either player wants to mess with that.
Yeah, Hidden 3 I think is Isaac's best bet here.
I'm pretty sure... I don't know if Big Boy's confident enough to go for the Nomad 6. So
Yeah,
he's
no.
going to pick Nomad 6 or HR3. Isaac's going to pick Hidden 3, DT3. We got all of
DT3
really tough
from
stuff.
Isaac.
So we do
Honestly,
get the speed abuse.
Yeah, picking speed into Big Boy is another good thing. Is another good strategy.
Absolutely. It's the thing that he's struggling on the most at the moment.
Yeah.
Of course, in 2 weeks, he's just going to be an insane speed player because that's just who he is, apparently. But at the moment, speed abuse the crap out of Big Boy is a really good strategy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he waited this long on the DT3. I feel like Isaac probably could have just forced one of his picks, like the Nomad 3 or the Nomad 4, just went with the Hidden 3, which he seemed pretty comfortable with.
Yeah.
But, alas, I think this is also quite a good pick. He's gotten his other ones, so we'll just have to see how this pans out. Maybe Big Boy can pull this out, but I think this is pretty significantly Isaac favored, if I'm being real.
Yeah. I think anything speed, finger control related is just anti-Big Boy.
That being said, this is such an incredible match.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure our dinner reservation is for 7:30.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
There is 2 more picks.
At least.
At least.
Probably 3, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. So yeah, homie, you should probably reschedule that or think of something else.
Yeah.
Because I think, oh no, I don't think they closed at 8 though.
We'll figure it out for sure.
Yeah.
Isaac did drop combo early, and he is down on Ack. Very surprising opening. He's a little shaky on a lot of this, but he's pretty comfortable on the act on the notes itself. He's just picked up a lot of misses, I feel like.
Yeah.
This could easily flip back, but Big Boy being in the lead is quite impressive. And Isaac keeps breaking. Maybe Big Boy is able to pick this up. He actually has the act lead, miraculously. A little bit of a chain miss is going to even things out in the act department, but Big Boy just does have a couple more combo advantages thus far, and Isaac's struggling a lot on this.
Another break, so this could
might be the break
point.
We're in sync. This is how crazy this is right now. Can you believe that?
That is actually insane.
This match has been so insane that Equivocator and I have mind melded into the same human. Big Boy misses on the long stream as was expected, actually a little bit behind in Egg right now. But a lot of map left to be played, and this just keeps getting harder.
Isaac building up a sizable combo. It's looking like it's about to go back over to Isaac. Yup.
Yeah, Isaac. Wow, dead even. Isaac loses a lot of act. Both players miss.
Both players losing act. Both players missing. Hot bread though.
3% act lead.
Our minds have really.
now.
Our minds haven't melded quite, but my mind is melted.
This is down to the wire. Isaac missing again. Too much of a
Big Boy
disadvantage.
missing again.
This is so close. Is Big Boy actually going to pick this up?
A Big Boy speed break pick.
I'm very impressed that he can play this, by the way. He's getting pretty significant combos. 93 act isn't bad on this at all. Isaac's actually going to drop this. It's going to be the first break point of the match.
Our
7
first
picks
break
in.
point on the DT3.
Isaac just not quite as good at the finger control as we all expected him to be. Pretty unfortunate.
And Big Boy, honestly, kind of blowing our expectations out of the water.
Yeah,
on his
honestly,
DT3
that wasn't even a
performance.
horrible score from Isaac. Big Boy
Yeah,
just
no.
way overperformed compared to what I expected him to. Let's see if Isaac can bring us the tiebreaker. I feel
We'll
like it's
see.
pretty possible.
It's
on
possible,
anything
but
left.
I feel like unless Big Boy decides to troll with the Nomad 6, I feel like he's going to go with the Hard Rock 3 and try and close this out.
I honestly don't think Nomad 6 is troll. I think that's Big Boy favored. Not by a ton.
Not by a ton. Hard
But-
Rock 3 is probably more Big Boy favored, though,
It's probably
than
just
Nomad
like
6.
Hard Rock Abuse is probably the way to go here. But
Yeah. Because it's worked for Hard Rock 1 and 2, so...
yeah. Yeah, these players are 1-1 on the alt picks right now, and the Hard Rock 3 in particular is probably favored for Big Boy. That being said,
He goes
he
for
does
the
go
Nomad,
for the Nomad
6.
6. Just not that comfortable with alt, especially with one of the harder maps in the pool. I definitely understand this choice. Especially just because as the maps get harder, I think Isaac gets better since he has a little bit higher of a skill cap. So I understand not wanting to pick probably the hardest singular map in the pool into Isaac.
That is true. Yeah.
Big Boy is truly goblining everyone watching the stream right now.
You know, we're going to see, will Big Boy be able to goblin all over the place and take the match home, or will
Or are we going
goblins...
to tiebreaker?
Will Isaac start goblin Big Boy in it and take it to tiebreaker?
If I remember correctly, Isaac bans this against me, and I don't know if he's played it. But Big Boy had a pretty good score on this earlier. It's not the most reading intensive air raid map in the world, so I could definitely see him doing well on this as long as he doesn't get too many misreads.
That is
Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of players falling apart towards the back half of this map just because of how repetitive the reading is on it.
true. Yeah.
It like becomes mind-numbing at a point. Everything just looks the same. You just stop reading the map. Listening to the song just like destroys your brain, I'm pretty sure. It's like really bad for you.
I can vouch. I have commentated a majority of the matches.
I feel like every time you've commentated, someone's picked Japanese Goblin.
Yeah. I've had to listen to this every single time. You know what? This time I'm taking off my headphones. I'm just watching. I'm gonna give myself a break here.
I
You
wish
know
I
what?
was as wise as you.
I'm flipping the octopus from smiling to frowning
Isaac
because
is-
of this pick.
Isaac is pretty comfortable so far. It's very early in the pick.
Yeah.
But, wow. I've seen Isaac play a little bit of reading. I didn't know that he was this comfortable on like the more easy to read, aim-intensive Air 8 stuff. But he's looking very good so far.
Yeah.
And I say that he chain misses with a little bit of a misread, has come back on track. If that keeps happening, this is going to be a much closer pick, but at the moment, Isaac looks very confident on this already. All of his act difference, or like rather, his act lead is much shallower than it could be, exclusively because one chain miss on a misread.
Yeah.
Big Boy ironically has the reading advantage here and is just struggling on the aim with the note density that we're at.
Ooh, Isaac only missing once on the difficult burst section, but then proceeding to misread all over the place.
Very
And
unfortunate.
the score has
Back
gone
is
back
dead
in favor
even.
of Big Boy.
Score is pretty much dead even. This is going to be a nail biter of an Umad 6.
This is.
It is really hard to be hyped for this song, by the way. I'm trying my best, everyone.
I am as well. I'm trying as hard as I can
Big Boy does have this by 5K.
by not listening to it.
Yeah, that probably helps a lot.
The map is more hype than the song, honestly.
The map is not hype. It is hexagonal aim over and over for 4 minutes. Why did I pull this? Why did I pull this?
I'm leaving the commentator booth after that.
Come on, man. I can't do this on my own. We got Among Us, and now I have to commentate on my own. This is all your fault, Big Boy. Anyway, we have 2 more minutes of Japanese Goblin to play through. The scores are dead even right now, in every conceivable way. Isaac building up a significant combo, but as I say that, he breaks. This is just going to continue to be a slight favorite for Isaac, and he chain misses again. This has been the story of the whole map. This just keeps happening. It's keep staying really close. Let's see if Isaac feels any more comfortable on the 1/3 section this upcoming time.
I've decided to return. Hopefully Big Boy does not make me leave again.
There's
With
no
his
more
straight
breaks, so I
choice.
can't foresee an Among Us in our near future, luckily.
True. Oh man.
This is Isaac favored, and he's doing a lot better on the reading this time. As long as... Oh, and there's the chain miss.
there's the chain
Unfortunate.
miss.
That's
Big
going to bring
Boy.
it back in the favor of Big Boy. This is so
It's
unbelievably
still
close.
very, very close. I think it's gonna come down to the final patterns.
Yep.
We're gonna see
Let's
who
see.
can favor who can hold their own on the wiggles here.
Isaac misreads the triple as single taps and gets a pretty
He
bad
hits the
misread,
first
and then
wiggle.
He hits the wiggle. Okay.
Continues
I see. This is
misreading.
insane. It's still a 5K gap. Isaac
Boy
gets another pretty
reading.
bad chain miss, but so does Big
One
Boy.
misses the wiggle.
It's
This is-
within 3K right now, going right into the last section. Let's see what we can get. I'm rooting for a tiebreaker.
Big Boy
honestly.
dropping some
That'd be
act.
super
Big Boy
hype.
dropping combo.
It's within 1K. The score keeps flipping back and forth right at the end.
No way!
This is the least hype song ever to host
In the least
this
hype
level of
moment,
hype.
it's going back.
And it's in Isaac's favor by a significant margin, and we're going to tiebreaker.
We're going to tiebreaker.
Oh my god. This is so insane.
Everyone is losing their minds.
The
That
living
was
room is
ridiculously
screams.
close.
I don't know if you can hear that on stream. Holy. I was right to be hyped for this match. We get one break point and it gets tossed right back, and we're going to a tiebreaker.
We are going
This is-
to tiebreaker.
This is like a light tech, heavy aim, like TB. I actually don't think this favors either player. I think this is super close. And I don't know how much either player has practiced this either. You don't really
know
need
if
to read
anyone's
this too many
practiced
times
it.
to be good on it, but you would prefer a sight read just because of how versatile this map is. And we're going right into TB for the first
octopus
time.
is going back
outside
to
of-
a smile because this song is a banger.
He turned We have an octopus that turns inside out. He turned it to the sad sign.
The
Sad
autism
sign for
octopus.
Japanese goblin. Now he's happy again listening to any other song in the pool. Okay, guys, I know that we pulled Psyche twice, but you have to understand, they're both really good songs. Like,
Yeah.
you can't fault me for this one.
And honestly, this could not have been a better tiebreaker. It is a tech map, a Psyche song, and the title of the song is literally called Hype.
It pretty much is. This is so nerves-inducing. Honestly,
This is
if this
so
favors anyone, I think it
nerves-inducing.
favors Isaac just because he has a little bit better nerve control out of the two players. But otherwise, this is like dead even, I think.
This is gonna be super close.
Yeah.
This could honestly go either way. I'm wondering if we're gonna get either someone's gonna catch like a massive combo and ride it the whole way, which whoever does could honestly just be a coin toss.
This map's super hard. I can't imagine there are too many long combos on this, but
Yeah.
it absolutely could. I think this is going to be constant breaks, similar score the whole way through. This has been
Yeah.
crazy. I don't expect this to disappoint at all. Little bit of a slow intro. Big boy already shaking a little, I'll be real. Hopefully that doesn't affect his aim too much.
Both of them showing a little bit of shake in their aim.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
is
this
a-
is a very hype
this is a
situation.
very-
I can't blame
This
anyone
is
for
a
being
very
nervous
hype and
here.
stressful situation. Both of them
players
hitting the
get the
first stream
cutscene.
while shaking. I need to turn away from the mic more when I cough.
We already have a 5% act lead for Big Boy, but both players holding full combo, and it's extremely early in the map. These acts can easily change very quickly over the rest of the map. It's already starting to even out a little bit, as you can see here. Isaac
is finding the first break.
Gives Big Boy a pretty significant advantage early on. Let's see if he can
Finding
continue
the second
holding.
one.
He's holding through a lot of the Ki. This is incredible. We are on one miss, one slider break from Isaac, and a complete hold through the first Ki from Big Boy.
You know, when they said he was a 5-digit Badoo, they are right. He is holding his own on the tech map.
Absolutely. Oh,
Finding a
random miss.
aim miss. Maybe the nerves are getting to him.
Seems to be. These acts are getting very close. This could easily flip soon.
Big
And
Boy
with
finding
that,
a
Big
chain
Boy
miss
hits a
on
pretty
the-
bad chain miss.
Stream.
As we're going into the Ovo sliders, we have absolutely no combo, but a 30k lead for Big Boy. Pretty big given what the scores are projected to be currently. But this could, with how confidently each of these players seem to be trying to combo through this could go either way very easily. Holding through a lot of the easier section, going into the next Ki pretty soon. Oh, Isaac has a
breaks
really
on the
uncharacteristic
buzz
shit miss
slider.
there. Very unfortunate. Both players
Both
miss. Big
players
Boy
finding a
matches it.
break.
This does improve his score gap by a little bit, but the acts are dead even right now. All of the score difference is just in combos that have occurred. And we are halfway through this map, going into one of the more wub-wubby, slider-heavy sections of the map. A
Neither
little
of them
bit
getting
easier
slow
before the
slidered.
Ki.
Big Boy finding a break though.
Isaac actually has combo lead for the first time in this map, and he drops it just like that. But that closes the gap a little bit. This is still anyone's map with 2 minutes left to play through this. Both players hold through the aim section, going into the next slow section. No slow miss
No
sliders.
slow sliders.
Despite it looking like Isaac was about to.
Isaac having a combo advantage going into the free section. This is all just free combo right here.
Right, this is going to close at least like 10k of this gap. This slow section's pretty long, and then the rest of the map after this is just relentless. Really, whoever gets the advantage here is pretty likely to hold for the rest of the map. And Isaac seems more nervous at the moment, just looking at cursor alone. Big
Oh
Boy
my
looks
God,
pretty
yeah.
steady currently, but we'll see how this goes going back into the hard part. Let's see which of these players can spin. Perhaps that'll be a
Isaac
difference maker.
is. Isaac gains a decent amount more on the spin.
Yeah, that was actually pretty significant. Speeding up a little bit. We're about to go into the next real hard
Big
part,
Boy
but Big Boy
breaks.
misses with a little bit more easy combo to come. This is going to tie up really soon. Isaac is so
Isaac
shaky, he
broke
misses
on
on the awkward stream.
Big Boy now back with the
20K
combo
advantage
advantage,
for
but then
Big
he
Boy.
drops at the start of the Ki.
This is all ridiculous for the rest of the map. Let's see how well Isaac can do here. It's Big Boy favored right now, but this can flip so easily. Big Boy gets another miss. Isaac has 200 combo advantage. He drops. We're within 10k difference right now. And we're going right into the slow section.
into the ending.
It looks like it's going to be the point for Big Boy, but this was an insane match overall.
This is
Kudos
this
to
was
both
a
of these players
ridiculously
for this
slow
performance.
match.
We could not have asked for a
Ridiculously
better
close
set.
match.
And GG's to both of them.
GG's to
But
both.
incredible showing from Big Boy. I actually was able to get one of the speed picks. Very impressive. We're going to see if we can get these
It
players
was a
in here.
really good match. Big Boy finding the win at the very end of it all.
Wow.
That match.
I said
was
this was going to be close, but I
absolutely
didn't
insane.
expect every pick to be that close the whole match.
God.
The first time we get a break point, we just get a match right back. I cannot believe what we just had happen. We're gonna see if we can get people in here for interviews, but after that, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're gonna do some upper bracket games, and then call it for the night.
Yeah.
So certainly stay tuned. We'll be back probably within an hour or two after.
Well, if we look at the bracket, I believe Homie is the only DBFA player left in the tournament.
So reference for upper bracket context, the winner of, or rather the loser of Frost versus Homie is going to end up playing against the Homie.
Frost versus Hotbread is
Frost
gonna
versus
play against
Hotbread.
the Homie.
I misspoke my own name, yes. And then the loser of Equivocator versus Quasi is going to end up playing Big Boy.
Yes.
Honestly, a lot of close matches are about to happen. This bracket's getting pretty tight. There's a lot of players pretty close in skill level. Any of this could go either way. So, certainly stay tuned.
This is probably the first of many really intense nail-biter matches that we're going to have.
Absolutely. It only gets better from here now that seeding's getting closer.
Oh, yeah.
We have to go like right.
Okay.
Alright.
We're gonna have an intermission for an hour or two, but we'll be back after this.
We will be back.
Wanna end the stream and then we'll just start? Okay.
Alright. We will be back in, I want to say like,
Ruby bowling for a while.
oh yeah. So we might probably get the match from today because bowling is at 9. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright, anyway. We will be back with our,
Bracket.
with our
Eventually.
main bracket semifinals. Or no, yeah, semifinals. Peace out.